What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to People in the Boxes, episode 86. 86 in the house, guys. We've already got over 20 people in the house, 30 if you count Rumble. Cheers, you guys. Let's get it going. Tonight's episode is a little bit, I don't know. I still 86 episodes, and I still don't know how to describe the two different styles we go through, Jason. The lighter side, I guess, and the heavier side, maybe. We might say it that way. But tonight, I call it more of a lighter side because, we all like talking about our phones, the old phones, the new phones, the problems with our phones, the glitches, how many phones, how they broke, crazy ass phones. Remember that? I had that sidekick where the whole screen would pop over and flip over upside down, and all there's a little trackball, like I had a whole bunch of different ones. So let's get into it, guys. Before we do, though, make sure you guys hit that like button, smash it if you will, and share us out. We do have a couple of giveaways going on tonight. I want to verify this with Miss Margaret, but she wants to give us a giveaway, I forget what she called it. I'm going to butcher it, but it's a cookie. It's a medicated cookie with a pack of medicated cream cheese that you like make a sandwich cookie out of it. It's a whole thing. We talked about it a couple times this week, but we're going to see if she gets in here. We're going to give that away. But plus, we also do the game night ticket again for the liking and sharing. So thanks again, guys. Let's get it going. We got Jason from the 42710 fam. What's up? Already getting it going. I'm gonna clean my dragon egg so we can smoke a little bit. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's been a long week. Saturday, I went to the emergency room. I got an infection in my arm. A lot of you guys know, a lot of you don't. That I have a lot of hardware in my arm. I consider it my fake arm. I don't have an elbow. There's no forearm. It's all steel rod, metal plates, pins and hinges. I ended up getting an infection in my arm really, really bad. Started affecting my vision, started affecting my head. Infections are no joke, guys. Infections are no joke. I'm a 42-year-old male that does not like going to the hospital at all. And I knew something was wrong. Knew it immediately. So I went to the hospital and ended up having a very, very bad infection. My arm is in a sling. It's swollen to, it was about the size of a volleyball. My elbow area was, but they drained a lot of that. Got a lot of things going back to normal and everything. Wow. So we'll get there, Well,
yeah,
it's been a long week.
Off with you for a little while, but that's probably been a painful, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
So many questions, right, Kim?
How did you get a bionic arm?
I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and 10 guys with baseball bats and crowbars, and I was just the wrong person, So.
Well, we got Ryan from Pub Time Podcast. What's up, Ryan? Ryan, shout out to Ryan, guys. He made us this video, the little the shorter video at the end there. Did you notice I want to try to get a wider screen, maybe. I don't know if I can do that actually. I can just slap a background behind it, no problem. That was pretty cool. Did you guys see that, like the cube, and then it comes down and smashes, and there you go.
That was a nice one. Appreciate that, Ryan. Good job.
How you doing, man? What are you drinking?
I'm not good at much. I'm just good at some things. I'm not bad. Couple beers. Just hanging out, relaxing. Kids are going to bed. Sure. I'm doing good.
What do you drink? What's your brand? Is it just say beer on the side?
Recently, I really been into these Deadhead IPA.
Oh, so you got a weird taste. All those weird
made by
IPA
Distill Brewery in Bloomington, Illinois. So shout out.
Okay. Shouts out. Okay. Cheers.
And it kind of fits. A little Deadhead. Everybody loves that. So
all right. Yeah, you got
very skunky.
Crossover a little bit. We got Kim from the Legit Bean Review, Head Shenanigator. What's up, Kim? How are you? Got the cat, the shenanigan cat behind you.
Yeah, this is the Velcro cat. That's Mina.
Cool.
She's 17 years old.
Oh wow, that's how. Yeah,
I've had her since she was about 4 months old.
It seems like we're all having aging out pets recently, man. Like right after that animal episode we had, man. Jeez. it just went all downhill from there. Like several. Well, I mean, I guess first it was Sir Steve-O. Shouts out to little Chico, you know. But then it was like, man, a lot of us we all know. Anyway, that's so that she's still kicking. The cats are different though, man. They're like 9 lives and stuff. But how are you doing, Kim? You had surgery and everything. What's going on?
I'm good. The doctor told me last week that I can stay out of my sling while I'm at home. I just have to sleep in it. I have to wear it out and about. So my arm's been bothering me. I've been back to work this week, and I have to write, you know, so I'm lifting my arm up like this and holding it while I write on the board. And so today I don't use a whiteboard so much. I mean, I do sometimes. I still have my whiteboard, but I have like a smart board kind of a thing. And I broke out my technology today, so I'm trying to figure out how I can write with a mouse to some degree. It's kind of hard writing with a mouse, but on my maps, I can at least draw arrows and shit. I can sit down at a desk and.
What about an overhead projector?
I do not want an overhead projector.
Too old school.
Well, it's not that. It's that, you know, my Promethean. It's not a Promethean board. It's a Mimeo board. So it's like a smart board, and it projects everything on it. It's not a matter of images being up there. It's just like, you know, I draw in my maps. So, well, you know, and they're
have to change it up.
Huh?
Have to change it up or make a student do the writing. You tell them what to do.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I teach special ed kids, dude. Those kids can't write.
Whoa. Come on.
They can't.
My son can write his name. My son's getting much better at words and letters, and he's awesome. He draws, though.
She means is they cannot write to the capability of teaching a class.
Fine.
That's what Kim means.
I'll give you that.
That's what she means. The children cannot write to the capability of teaching the class.
Exactly. Their handwriting is like chicken scratch.
Yep. It's very hard. She doesn't want to sound mean or ruthless or savage.
No, their spelling is phonemic. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that they think the sound makes is how they spell it. So it's like you have to learn how to decipher.
That's how I do it. So
that's how it should be.
Well, you know.
That's how it should be. I think we're the only country that doesn't do it that way.
Well, but in our defense, that's because, or that's why we don't have 3 alphabets or whatever, because we actually like cross over some of the sounds and such.
I don't know what happened the other day, but I was writing something and I started spelling out a number, and nope. For the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. So I wrote the number 9. I said, forget it. I'm done trying to figure out how to spell this damn number. That's why we have numbers. I can write the number down.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, what did I do when I had to write a check? Because I come from the checkbook era.
Yeah.
I had to balance a checkbook. I had to, longhand write numbers all the time. Yes. And I'm sitting there for the life of me. I'm like, nope. Here we go. Writing down the number.
The death of the checkbook, wasn't it? Cell phones were the death of the checkbook. But yeah, speaking of old things like that,
the phonics worked for me.
Before cell phones, you had like the little black book of the phone numbers and addresses of people. You had the answering machine. You had we did things so differently.
Let me pause you real quick, Waylon. Are you an 87 baby or an 85? What year were you born?
83.
You're born in 83. Okay. 83. All right. So you were the answering machine and the pager.
We had the phone
technically before the cell phone. Okay.
The phone that went into like 3 rooms over. The cord was so long.
Yep. The extra long cord. Okay. All right.
It would get so knotted up. Right.
When I was a kid, I did not feel like a legitimate drug dealer until I got that crystal blue Motorola pager, just like everybody else. To have to go find the payphone
But you couldn't just have one. You needed several pages. This one was the family number. This one was the drug dealer number.
And you had certain people like would send the, the codes, and you're like, damn, I don't know what he's trying to say. Do you want 8, quarter? What are you saying there, man? There's too many numbers going on there, son.
Yeah.
But yeah, the old pagers.
Guys, a quick side note before I forget about it. I had this guy on X today. Shouts out to X. This guy roast my profile on X today.
You roasted your profile?
Yeah, he has 200,000 followers, and he was doing a live stream where he's roasting people's profiles.
Nice.
Fun. It was fun.
So
how many did you get off of it?
I got a few.
Did you?
But more importantly, I what's the word? I don't know if extortion is the right word. I bribed him in order to be a guest on my show. So I'm gonna have him up.
I mean, that's brilliant though. But if you get 50 whatever followers, I don't know how X goes. I don't have it.
I got a few.
But I agree with a roast all the way, 100%. I think, and if you're able to take it, great. I love roasts. I love that. What was it? Comedy Central or something like that used to do roasts all the time.
Jeffrey Ross is the best roast master of all time. Yep. Oh my God, he's so good.
Jess, did you hear it? Did you watch it at all? She said I survived being roasted. I'm not sure if you actually got to see some of it. It is still. I did retweet it. It's on my profile. But he saw the cannabis on my page and said, "Is this going to be a bunch of cannabis? Wayland? Is it?" He just started. Oh, it was funny. But
okay, I would like to rewatch your roast. That'd be good.
It was intriguing, that's for sure. Because I thought for a minute he was going to boot me because he said, "Oh wait, who was next? And I said, "I think I'm next." And I was clearly not next. And he started getting kind of crappy about it, but I think he was just kidding. He's very very dry humor. This guy, Alex Finn. Shouts out to Alex Finn. He literally he made his whole career just on X. He just does spaces and posts and all the stuff. So interesting. Puts out a lot of people too.
I had an interesting little thing happen to me this week at work. So we came back from spring break on Monday.
Oh, sorry.
And and we had teachers had to turn in grades for report cards this week right after we came back, right? So we came back and I printed out all of my students' grades. We have little reports that we print out, and I talked to each class about their grades. Well, my 4th period class comes in, hand them out their grades. We talk about grades. I go over on the board and I'm, figuring, showing them how to figure their grades, how to average, what they need to do, because we have 2 quarters. And so quarter 3 and quarter 4 will average together and they'll get their grade that'll go on their transcript, right? So I have a couple of kids in that class they really shouldn't be in that class because they're high functioning, intellectually disabled kids. So, I mean, I don't know why they're in there other than the fact that their parents don't want them in a class for intellectually disabled kids. So they're lower functioning, but their social skills makes them, their social skills, they're higher functioning with their social skills. Well, anyway, so right before the bell rang, like the last 5 minutes, we were in there, and I told them, I said, you guys are, some of you guys are in an F hole. I call it an F hole because once you get in an F hole, it's extremely hard to get out of that, right?
That seems like an extreme phraseology.
It was called that back when I was in school.
Yeah,
I had certain teachers that definitely called it because it's easy. It's easy to get into it. It's hard to get out of it.
Yeah, it's like
you literally could take a couple assignments and you're done.
Yeah,
you're in there and you're stuck, and then you got to do triple the amount of assignments to get out.
Yeah,
it's a little bit like the disparity and or the wage gaps and stuff between the lower income and the higher income people. Similar as far as that goes. But guy, real quick, Kim, before you keep going, I want to tell everybody I'm going to get you all on the wheel shortly. Let me get my dragon egg sorted, have a little puff, and then I'll scroll up and work on that while we're chatting. So you were saying.
So I was saying, and you have to understand that these are sophomores, which are essentially freshmen that are a little bit more mature than freshmen, and freshmen are like annoying little pipsqueaks.
F-holes? Wait, no, right?
No, they're not assholes. They're just annoying little immature pipsqueaks.
They're at that teenage, that fresh teenage.
Well, they're reminiscent of middle schoolers. So they
that's true.
have a lot of
hormones are changing and everything. It's a horrible age to teach.
Hair in funny places.
So like you can't say anything that's a little bit sexualized. Otherwise, it's like it goes off into all kinds of tangents.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that never goes away, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fuck,
well, but it does calm down.
I'm kidding.
Years,
I'll be right back.
You calm down. So anyway, so we're talking about this, right? And this kid that's, intellectually disabled comes back and he says, so does that mean you're gonna fuck me? Or no, he doesn't say that. He says, does that mean you're gonna F me? And I said did you say I'm gonna F you? And I said, no. I said, if anything, you're gonna F yourself. So it was a play on words, right? Didn't think anything of it because this is just how these kids are, right? This age group is. I didn't think anything of it.
This is getting good.
Oh yeah, it gets good. So we get through the rest. So that was on Monday. We go through Tuesday. Wednesday morning, one of my kids comes in and he says, Miss Axtell, I have to tell you something. And I said, what? And he goes, I got called into the principal's office and the principal asked me if you said that you were going to F a student. And I said, what?
Well,
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he says, I just wanted to let you know, he says, because I don't think I'm the only one that got called in and asked that. And he said, I told him what all happened. And he says, I told him that you were talking about grades and whatever and blah, 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 blah. And I says, okay, baby. I says, don't worry about it. I said, oh my God. So I pulled up the class and I was like, it has to be one of these two kids, right? Well, it was one of the two kids. But what happened, he didn't narc me out. What it was he blabbers. And so he was talking shit in class, in his math class, to a teacher that's a real bitch. And the teacher went and narked me out.
I think we need to bring her on. Get her in the box.
Oh, fuck that noise. I don't need
Thunderdome.
This
Meow, meow,
lady,
kitty cat.
how it is that she still has a job, other than the fact that she's highly qualified to teach math. And math teachers, especially SPED math teachers, are rare. It's hard to find them. So she holds on to her job because they are such a needed thing in the special ed world. She doesn't teach worth a shit. The kids go in there, they all love her, but it's because she doesn't teach. She lets them do whatever the fuck they want to do. So anyway, so I get this email from Mr. Lucero, our head principal, which I've known him since I started teaching. And he says, hey, can you come by my office sometime today? And I says, yeah, I know what this is about. The kids have all come to me. And he says, then we just I need to hear from you what's going on. He says, you're not in trouble or anything. And I says, okay. So I caught him out in the hallway, and we went into my classroom, and I said, so this is what went down. And he says, yeah. He says, I talked to the kids and everything, and it just seemed like a dumb thing. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, Kat, I'm with you. Hit me up if you want to talk about anything.
Waylon, I would F you, and I'm not talking about grades.
Like, Funimation?
Take it for whatever you will.
Fumigate, fungus, fun guy. I'm a fun guy. Listen, bro, we should go out mushroom hunting. I don't know. I know I have a gully right down the house.
40 goddamn degrees. There is no fungus.
Not yet. I just mean like, it's gonna hit. And it'll be like a day when you wake up and you wasted 3
And it's
hours already.
80 degrees,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
It's
telling
coming
you.
soon.
You know, Waylon, I bet you could use your cell phone and call him on that day.
I will try. I want to try.
Roach is the guy you want to get a hold of. You remember Roach? He comes through with pounds of morels.
I think I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Guy
I'll have to
like
get hold of
sniffs them out. I don't get it.
So morels, they don't have psychedelic stuff, right?
No, they're just delicious.
They're just
You just
edibles.
fry them up with crackers and eggs,
delicious.
and it tastes
Yeah.
delicious.
Guys, I did put the link in the comments. Wayland Indoor Farmer on Facebook there. If anybody wants to come up, please do. That's part of the point of our show on Thursdays. We want to hear from you guys. We're going to get deep into cell phone talk because, I mean, honestly, like it's a lot. Like there's a lot because I don't know. We'll just get into it. But guys, please come up if you want to share even for a few minutes.
Okay.
One thing that I really question, I found on several sites is the cell phone call was made 10 years before the cell phone became available.
You mean like mass available?
No, like
it was definitely a rich white people thing for a very long time.
I got to read here that the first handheld mobile phone was 1983. It was the Motorola Dynatac 8000X.
Satellite phone, right?
No, that's the first. That's the Zach Morris phone.
Okay.
That's what that is. That was the very first cell phone that ran off of towers, because some of the phones, the car phones, them weren't considered cell phones. Them were all still ran off of analog. Them ran off of radio waves. So that's different.
So we got Zach Morris here.
Yep, that big brick phone there.
That was an analog phone?
It's a little... Sorry, go ahead.
That's the Motorola Dynatac Dynatac 8000X.
On the right hand side, there's another one. It's a little clearer all the way to the right underneath the PITB.
Now, the thing is, the first cell phone call was made in 1973 by Dr. Martin Cooper. But the cell phone wasn't invented until 10 years later. So he made that call on just the insides of it. Didn't really have the actual phone.
Oh, I see.
Trent,
I see the guts. I got you. Trent had a bag phone.
I don't know.
He was working
because
with the
there's
cartel or something.
Like it goes back and forth, saying that 73 was the year the phone call was made. But how could that be if it wasn't produced until 83?
So let me ask you this. What is the difference between an analog phone and a cell phone, I guess?
Just like your TV, digital and analog.
One was ran off of radio waves. One was ran off of cell phone towers.
Yeah.
Cell phone towers did not come active until I got that on my third computer. Hang on one second. First cell phone tower was built in 1978 and became accessible in October of 83. It was in New Jersey at Chicagoland.
I remember Chicagoland.
Yep.
I remember old Chicago.
In October of 83, the cell phone tower were erected for commercial use, and within the year, the first commercial cell phone, the Motorola Dynatac 8000X, was put on the market at $4,000.
So let me ask you this. So analog, you said analog phones were...
Yep, that's like a CB radio. You ran off the same ways as a walkie-talkie, a CB radio, a regular radio.
Right.
Back then.
Those were airwaves, you said?
Yep, that's radio waves.
So what is cell phone towers? What kind of waves do they run off of?
How
are they different?
That's a good question, but I think that there's a lot. We found a lot of different waves. I'm pretty sure Nikola Tesla was actually working with a bunch of things, and they ended up scrapping almost everything to focus on radio waves when they basically threw Tesla out the window. They went all in on radio waves, and so I don't know. That's probably that's a very good question, but I'm sure like the same signal that comes from satellites are not radio waves, of course.
Yeah.
So it's something.
Well, this says that low orbit satellites will replace cell towers within the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that that Elon wouldn't have made Starlink with just internet in mind and didn't think about using it or being able to use it to replace cell phone towers as well. I don't know if that's what they're alluding to, but that's the lowest orbit satellites we got is the Starlink.
It says that they will be in low orbit due to it'll decrease latency, allowing for faster calls and exchange of data faster, minimal debris, because they're coming to find out recently that the space dust is causing a lot of damage to the satellites that we did not plan for.
Well, not just the space
that's what she
dust, but I was watching me and my students every Wednesday. We do a current events thing, and we watch CNN 10, which is student-oriented news. And one of the segments on it was about pollution in outer space that like gravitates. They were showing it like it was crazy. I was like, oh my God, all of these, there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pieces, parts of satellites or things that they've sent out into orbit. The United States isn't the only country that does that. And something is sent out like every day. And the stuff like goes bad and they just leave it out there, right? And it burns up and it turns into little pieces, parts of all kinds of metal or whatever's left over from these satellites when they burn up. And there's like all of this space junk that's just, you can see it, that orbits the Earth. And
there's a few ideas on it. Go ahead.
They were talking, the segment was talking about these companies that are developing technology to come up with ways to retrieve the junk and just different things. And I thought that was kind of interesting.
And well, not only retrieve, but there's their thoughts on if you could use like magnets or whatever to collect it up. You could use orbital manufacturing facilities and repurpose some of that material. We were thinking of that on for other reasons anyway, besides the trash. But that could be a combination deal.
Well, they've got to clean it up because one of the things that they brought up was that in the coming years that stuff that they're sending out into space, the satellites and whatever, is gonna like multiply even more, and it's just really be a bad pollution problem.
Yeah, because it moves so fast that it hits the hull of any of these space stations and stuff, and it just rips right through, is what I've seen. Now we actually, there's some cool designs. I know we're getting off topic, but there's a cool design on a inflatable space station that this company's got up in space right now that's being like just tested without anybody in it. But this space station is made of like a Kevlar-like material, and so it's not a solid metal. And so therefore all of that stuff that's flying at it, there's actually a little bit of give, a tiny enough give that it doesn't actually rip right through like the metal hulls do. Anyway, but we're digressing. Kim, what was your first cell phone? Wait, Ryan actually had wanted to jump in earlier as well. What was your first cell phone? Let's get into the phones, just the surface area. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I was gonna come with something else, but it can wait.
Well, go ahead. You can do that.
We'll go down memory lane here in a little bit. I had a StarTAC or StarTech. It was on your little list there. I seen it.
The StarTech. Never even heard of that.
It's all green. It made phone calls. That's all it did. Very unfortunate.
The text messages and where you have to hit the button 3 times.
No. There was zero text. It made phone calls.
Okay. I had a
Nokia. No nothing. I had
Snake.
Out.
Huh. Okay, I did that too.
Nokia.
Okay, so maybe
this was before that.
Nokia must have been a little bit. I think it might have taken me a while to get to the phone. I think it was probably in the 90s.
You answer enough of those pager calls and you get a cell phone. You know what I mean? It's hard to find payphones sometimes. So
I had cell phones before I was doing any of that. So let me get to this wheel now that I've gotten my. But Jason, remember your first phone? First one?
Oh yeah. I actually had I had the car phone and I had a big phone. I've had many phones. The first touchscreen phone that came out in 1992. I've always had a cell phone. It's from as long as
92?
I could remember. Yeah,
Whoa.
1992 was the first touchscreen cell phone.
With the stylist.
There was no
The
no
BlackBerry.
stylus.
The BlackBerry?
No, it was before that. No, yeah. It was way before that. There was a stylus with it. Now that I take that back. But it was the
I think it was like a
IB,
PDA or something.
the IBM Simon was the first of its kind when it came out in 1992. This phone was the 92 version of today's iPhone. It was touchscreen, portable, and had a calculator, email. It worked on several networks. Basically described as being the first time someone created a mobile computer in the shape of a phone.
92. That's insane.
Yep, 1992.
It wasn't even.
So iPhone 1 wasn't until 2007, guys. So
Wow.
that makes some of you feel kind of old. iPhone 1 was not
7 in
until
92.
2007.
Watching the Flintstones.
So there you go with that. You got your first flip phone, 1996.
Ooh.
96, the StarTech. Isn't that what you said there, boss?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
The
All right.
StarTech, created by Motorola in 1996, was the phone that started the whole revolution of flip phones. Most people college age or older probably had some sort of flip phone in their life before the iPhone was introduced.
Oh, so I'm going back through comments, guys, for the likes and shares, and I see Margaret here. That's called the Danky Doozy. A Danky Doozy. We're gonna get in. That's gonna be on the same wheel. So like and share to get on the wheel, and then we're gonna have 2 giveaways on that wheel. So come on. Let's go.
Google Glass was introduced in 2013 and expected to soon by 2025. They're saying 1 in 4 people will be using some sort of technology from Google Glass.
Google, I kind of like their phone, but at the same time, I don't like Google. So I'm like, ugh. Well, we're going to read that story. I'm going to read that story here in a minute about Apple being sued by the government, by the State Department. It's making their stocks go down, but it's also because they say they're a monopoly. I want to know, especially comment below, guys, if you think that iPhone is a monopoly. I mean, there's a lot of Android lovers. You know, it's kind of strange that they were doing that.
I've always been Android. I mean, I got old ones here. I got the Galaxy S4, the Galaxy S3. My phone now is the Galaxy something. I don't know. I mean, I have always been Android. Never crapple sucks.
I have an iPhone. I'm used to it. I'll be honest. I feel like it's easier because I'm used to it. But at the same time, it's also still, even by a little bit, still known for a little bit better security. I think is my only.
Now, what's funny to me is Apple buys certain parts of their stuff from Samsung, from Android. You know, the camera is straight from Samsung phones. You look it up, it's proof. It's all on there. There's several things that they just have to get from the better person, better company.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I've never had to take the battery out of my Apple phone, though. I've taken my battery out of my Samsung a couple times when it freezes up.
The battery?
Yeah, I was always a Samsung guy, and you always had to pop the battery off, put it back on. That's when I switched. I never looked back.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
I don't think you can take the batteries off anymore.
Well, you used to could.
Yeah.
That's the only way you could get out of it. Just sit there and spin.
But that was always nice having an extra battery around, though, too. So.
Yeah, that's true. Apple, I don't know. I don't know if you ever could.
And I think that
you
Crapple
can
just
take the battery out,
had
but
to decide about a charger too. They were just like, man, your guys' charger is just way better. We're just
Yeah,
gonna go with
yeah. Well, that's the problem with Apple is they kept trying to pigeonhole you into their special charger and their like way of doing everything, and it's like then you end up getting a bunch of other different companies doing it more,
now
more
listen,
like uniformly.
listen. If you've bought the gas station charger compared to buying the one from Apple,
Yeah.
you can't even compare
Let me go
them.
stand in an Apple store for 3 hours just to get
I'll
a
go
charger.
to Walmart and get
Let
one.
me go to get a
but-
specific store.
But
The Apple Store, yeah, I remember that.
damn gas station ones, 3-4 weeks, man. She's hanging on by threads. She ain't working no more. It's unfortunate.
I had the Motorola Razor for a long time.
I love the Razor.
That looked like
I love the Razor. It was so smooth. It was a very good working phone. You know, the ball right there in the middle and just easy to navigate, one-handed everything.
The
My other
BlackBerry
favorite
one
phone
of my
was the
favorites.
Nextel. The Nextel Constructions phones were, you could drive over it with a tank and it still worked.
The walkie-talkie ones.
Yeah,
What you're talking about, where
the good touch to talk. I wasn't a big fan of the touch to talk, you know,
you had to have
but
people that had it.
I was a big fan of the phone itself. It was indestructible. The Palm Pre was a good phone. Yeah.
almost
Yeah, I
caught up.
remember in between the pager and cell phone crave, there was the Sidekick.
Yeah, that's what I had said earlier. That Sidekick.
Yeah.
It was.
There was the Sidekick.
Wait, am I thinking of the same one that did the flip, the screen
Yeah.
flip?
Well, the
was like a
Sidekick
pager, but
was
you could
the device that you got two of them when you bought them, and you gave one to somebody else,
Oh, I
and
don't
then
know.
they were able to connect. You could connect with that person, or you could buy the 4 package, you know, stuff like that.
Benjamin said he didn't get a phone until 5 years ago. Cell
Where
phone.
you been, Ben? That's why you never return my phone calls. Yeah, son.
Like shared, nobody. I got
Right,
you.
Gemini. I feel that $10
Now,
10-foot cord. I love it.
How does everyone feel right now? Okay, imagine you're at the store, you get in the car, you get home, that fucking phone ain't there. How you feel? What immediately? It's almost like losing a child. People are like
Yep.
lost without it. I mean,
Yep.
Gemini.
I
Kyle.
have,
complete terror.
Guys, I want to real quick. I did advertise yesterday. We were planning to do an episode on glass blowing and get some our friends from the community that are glass blowers. Brian Williams wanted to come on, but he was not feeling well today, so we're going to postpone it. Maybe next week. I'm not sure when, but definitely want to get like Gemini on there and all the boys from the Level Up Inc. and just all of our friends, maybe Quality Glass, whoever we can find. Maybe we'll have a little more room or time to get it prepared now. But yeah, I'd like to just get them all on and just talk about the ins and outs of the business and about the skill. It's an ancient skill. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Gemini, if you want to come up right now, you can, man. Anybody can come up. In fact, you are encouraged. That's what People in the Box is all about. We used to have no problem getting people up here. I don't know. Maybe we're a little intimidating. We're just all we're too skillful in the way we speak. Is that it?
Yeah, that's
Charlene, to answer your
1000%.
question, I think she has the Google phones. The Google Pixel.
I'm all caught up. So if anybody wants to get on this spin wheel for a couple of giveaways, you just have to like and share the video and make sure you're following too. Really appreciate that. And guys, I want to put it out too while we have some people in the house. I keep forgetting to do this. I should have done it last night. We hit over 100 people on We Grow Wednesday, and I forgot to mention my Kickstarter campaign. Like I only have 42 days left. So you might hear me get sick of me talking about it until then, but it's only, a month left. So I need to just, I'm just going to have to make it work. You're going to have to get used to it. So yeah, but listen, for $1, you can be a backer of the project of Maccabees Live Market. It has nothing to do with cannabis or with my podcast, but it does have to do with my microgreen and my farm business. And for $1, you get to be a backer, which isn't just a donation. You get there's different rewards. You get to see all the different tiers and rewards and stuff. Kickstarter.com.
You gonna send me some microgreens?
That's part of what you have to look in the rewards. You have to find there is some of the rewards are like, you know,
Like, am I going to be able to buy them before you sell them to the grocery store?
far before that. I won't be selling to grocery stores for a while. It'd be
What
like
the fuck? No, you just got to walk in and be like, here, look, my shit tastes better.
So yeah, I'll do some of that, but I think
You walk into the produce department, ask to talk to the produce manager that buys the produce.
Yeah,
you just let them know. Look, motherfucker, these are the microgreens that you
Put
want
my
right
greens
here.
in your mouth, son.
You
Try 'em.
want these.
put this F in the box. Or,
WTIF, put my greens in your mouth.
yeah, there you go.
Telling
That's the
you.
new slogan.
You-
Put my
you
greens in
don't-
your
You
mouth.
don't say, well, you want to try these? No, bitch, put them in your mouth.
I don't even say anything. I just walk up and stuff a big
Right in their mouth.
straw.
Right in your mouth.
You want
So
my
Go over
fly.
there, you rip all the other greens off the shelf. You ain't selling this shit no more.
No, you're right. Some of those I'll be doing that, but like farmers markets and my backers, and also I have a few ideas for products I'll be able to ship out to. Can't really ship microgreens, to all my viewers and stuff.
All these buys from locals. Yep. I know a lot of places that do. I think not all, but most grocery stores buy their greens or organic greens from right around the corner. Yeah, if they're
I know
possible.
Hy-Vee does.
Do what?
I know Hy-Vee does. Gemini says he was going to make a hammerhead shark during the live. Bro, honestly, you could still work that in while we're hanging out and talking about the topic, or you could wait and you could still come
Just
up on the
teasing
glass
us.
blowing
You see how he
episode.
is? He
Yeah,
just
right.
fucking
Well, that's
teasing
okay.
us.
I don't
Whatever.
mind a good tease.
Whatever, Kyle.
It gets the juices flowing, right?
I guess
But
I'll have to make the hammerhead tonight. Very unfortunate.
but no, what I'm saying is we could maybe, we could swing both. You could come up on the other one just to talk and shoot the shit with other glass blowers if you wanted to do that tonight.
I'm paying 99 cents a minute for these text messages, so we gotta be careful on texting back and forth.
Ooh.
You only get so many texts. You get 500 texts a month.
Are we after 9 o'clock?
Yes.
Well,
If it's after 9 o'clock, then we're good.
free nights and weekends, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, are you on my family plan? I've got an
I
extra
think,
spot.
I think I'm on the family plan. I think I'm on there. I think I'm as one of the friends. There was 10 or 11 spots available.
And remember when you could use your cell phone to call home to check your voicemails, to check your answering machine messages.
Well,
Yep.
You could do that at any time, could you?
Well, not voicemails, but the answering machine messages. Well, we don't use answering
Mom,
machine.
pick up. I know you're home. I just need a ride.
Or there's that too.
Mom.
Oh man, there's so many good things. I want to. I'm gonna pull up the story and talk about it. Well, first I'll show you I'll tease the wheel. So we do have
tease us with that wheel.
tease you with the wheel. There's not a lot of people.
So what's the most broke phone you still have?
Can you spin it a little faster in my brain?
iPhone 6. I got an iPhone 6.
I smashed it.
I can, but if I click that and make it spin faster, then it'll be
in the
over
corner,
too
son.
fast. You'll make it too fast.
Who remembers their first not safe for work photo they received on a cellular phone?
Oh,
Not from work. What'd
not
you say?
safe for work.
The first
The
titty
photo?
picture you
Do
received
not open
on your
around
phone,
anybody
man.
else.
Come on now.
Oh yeah. Well, we didn't back then, man. We didn't think about putting our nudity
Yes, I
back
did.
out into the
Yes,
world.
I did.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
didn't think
bullshit.
about being a
What the
permanent.
fuck, Waylon? Where are
Didn't
you
think
from?
about
No, that's
that.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying we didn't think about the ramifications of doing it. We just did it.
No,
back
yeah,
then.
my
That's all I'm saying.
dick's been floating around in the cellular world for a long time. Very unfortunate how that happens,
Just
but a
a
lot of hog
second.
photography.
Nikki,
back
I
in the
got
day.
you.
It
And
happens,
nobody, I
though,
got you
shit.
already a long time ago, but you can keep commenting that. I really appreciate it.
Who is
I'll take
nobody?
that as a
I don't
yes.
know.
We know
but I
nobody?
bust their chops, whoever they are, and I hope they love it because it's coming.
Nobody. I like the dog picture though.
Right. That's a good dog picture, but it just
Red nose pit, maybe.
answer me this. Do I know you?
The dog's doing
I don't
yoga.
know nobody.
Dog yoga. I don't know nobody. Yeah, it's. I brought it up. It's a quote from Odysseus. My name's Nobody. My friends and family call me Nobody or No One.
Yep.
No One. It's a play on
Nobody. Do I know you?
And then you got Nikki here with this like twisted Mickey Mouse. Like, man.
Loving
It's
it.
free now. It's free. Royalty free now. Or Steamboat Willie is. I'm sorry. Mickey Mouse still.
Steamboat Willie.
Mickey
All
Mouse
right.
still under lock and key.
All right, Nikki. Anybody that wants to get on more than once, if you go over to Rumble and comment, like the video, get you on there, and also X, because they're both better than Facebook, and we are trying to incentivize you to check them out. There you go. You don't know me, he says, or they say. It says.
Nobody.
You don't know me?
We don't know nobody.
Ye said he got you. Ye said he got you. Sandy, what's up? Sandy and Nikki, are you sisters? Sandy and Nikki, hello. Dolores, I got you.
Cheers, everybody. No, I know an actual friend of mine all through high school, and I guess an acquaintance through high school, became a friend after school and everything. But he goes by Mr. Nobody. And he's got it tattooed on his arm, Nobody, and like pretty much nobody knows me.
Mom and dog.
Okay.
All right, Sandy.
So I just didn't know if I knew you or not. Like, do I know you?
Devin, thank you. Sandy, like the video, share us out. Share us with like a like-minded group of people, or maybe on your timeline, or share us on some other app. I don't care. But we just try to incentivize a little bit of audience participation. And guys, anybody that wants to come up, you don't have to be a content creator. You don't have to be, up here the whole time or anything like that. Well, we want People in the Boxes to be a show where every person can share their experience on the topic, no matter what the topic is, whether it's domestic violence or, cell phones or camping, or, we talked about shoes one night. So just, weigh in on the topic. We did talk about this one time. I don't remember which episode, but I showed you guys that video of the 3 cell phones making popcorn pop. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like we decided that we weren't sure that it was real, though. Like, it's very easy that you could manipulate that back in the day.
Right.
I think that's what we came up with on that one. But
I think the best part about it is most people don't actually talk on their phone anymore. They said for a long time the waves. I think a lot of people are text, FaceTime.
it's true.
To be honest, I almost feel bothered when somebody
I got you,
calls me.
Dolores.
It's like, just text me. Oh, dear.
I got you, Jess. I got you,
10
Dolores.
seconds.
What's up, James? What's up, Facebook user? Hello. Yeah, you're right. It's morphed so much now, and now like people are using their watch to talk to people, it's connected to your phone. And I have a smartwatch. I really don't use it though. It's honestly just for looks. I could plug it in sometime, but then I have to plug it in again. It's gonna die.
You'd be shocked if you. What do you think that date came out? First fucking phone watch. I couldn't believe it.
First update?
You mean just a watch that was a phone, or a watch
you could
that was
use
old
as a
school.
phone?
Old school.
Oh well, I mean, we're
silver
talking like what's that series? Get Smart.
Get Smart.
Yeah, like the shoe watch or the shoe phone, the shoe phone, or they were putting phones into different things. I got to imagine it was in the you're probably gonna say in the 80s, but I'm gonna say 90, 95.
99.
Ooh.
Okay.
The first watch phone, the Samsung SPH WP10.
Damn you, Samsung.
Smashley, come on up. That's one person.
Battery was 90 minutes long.
90 minutes, and then you probably like the cord and everything wasn't just like it is today. I can't imagine what that would. Oh no, it was probably more like a cell phone jack.
You had to plug it in, but
It was probably more like a cell phone jack. Remember, we had a lot. There was a whole string of electronics during the 90s that all had that sort of pin. It was a pin that you would plug it in instead of the way we do it now.
R.I.P. Radio
Samsung
Shack.
has
R.I.P.
the lockdown on the hearing aids. Hearing aids that are compatible with cell phones. Hearing aids that are the size of a freaking Rice Krispie. I mean, they're fucking tiny can be, these hearing aids. And they're compatible with your cell phones, Bluetooth. how far are we actually going to go with these cell phones? I mean, it's funny because 2 years ago we wanted tiny phones. Now our phones
Right.
are getting bigger again.
Bigger,
then
but
they're making them
lighter.
smaller. Right. We went back to the flip phone. We went back to the stylist. Gone back to wider phones so we can do computer programming and stuff, designing on our phones. So
I think
what do you think is next?
I think we want so bad, and you'll see this in a lot of TV shows and movies. We want so bad to have this like projected phone like in the air above our, like there's already tech out there, multiple, one that's like puts it onto your arm. It projects like a keyboard onto your arm. There's one like that. There's another one that like it, actually is starting to where it will project above your hand. And I don't know how good they are yet, of course, but I think that's where it's going. It'll be a watch or whatever, and it just, pulls up.
So the Google Glasses, can you use them as a phone?
Oh yeah, the Google Glasses, man. That's a lot of people are saying that they don't. I think the verdict is still out, but most of these content creators that are trying them out don't have great things to say about them. They're heavy, or if it's the same one I'm thinking of that you're talking about. I've seen a few people using them.
Just imagine with how many weirdos we have in the world. If you're wearing a camera on your face, all the things you could know. You got to be sneaky. You're trying to do shit with your phone. You got glasses on.
Have you seen the facial recognition app?
What are you talking about?
Facial recognition app?
Yeah, there's an app that you can literally walk down the street and it point your camera and it is picking up people's face, and if they have a Facebook site or an Instagram or a TikTok,
buddy, if
comes
if
up
they
and you
find
instantly get linked
they
to
will
it.
find you. That's already out there.
Like straight up. So this is an app for everybody. This is you can hook up with, so you instantly can find out if they're on Instagram or if they have this or if they have that. And I mean,
where do you find this? Asking for a friend.
That's in the App Store.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's right up in the App Store. It was advertised the other day. They were walking down the commercial that I seen.
How is
two
that
girls.
a violation of my privacy?
You're not in public, or you're in public. You have no privacy rights when you are in public. No privacy rights at all.
That's
so
bullshit.
Everybody records everything nowadays. So, I mean, the commercial was these two girls were walking down college campus, walking down the sidewalk. They walked by these cute guys, and she was like, man, I wish I knew his name. She was like, here, we'll just look it up. Scanned him right there, and it showed he had a Facebook, showed he had TikTok, how many followers, everything. I was like, you're fucking kidding me.
What app is this?
I don't know what it is.
Everybody wants to know.
Facial recognition, something.
I was just, my friend wanted to know, Waylon.
That's right.
What's up, Smashley?
Friend Kim wants to know, I think. Country Boy Weeds, I see you, bro. I see you. Smashley, hello.
How are you guys?
Another fine day.
Hell yeah.
How about you?
Another fine day.
Oh,
not so bad. You?
Not too bad.
What was your first cell phone?
Oh Lord, one of those Net 10 phones.
Oh wow, okay. Okay.
What, minutes?
10?
By the minute.
Yeah, I had to buy the
$10.
minutes.
Yep, you had to buy the minutes for it straight up, fucking $1 a minute.
Yeah.
There was no deals, no nothing.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Yep. And if you only used 35 seconds, you used a minute.
Yep.
Minimum.
Minimum.
Okay.
Well, before and like even then, when you had those cell phones with limited minutes, you were still going to like the payphone and doing the old like say as much as you can in the description thing. Yeah.
See, I always had a quarter with me. I don't know what it was. Like we came from when we were in school, even we were given this little thing, say no to drugs. And it had a fucking flip quarter in it, or that you put on your shoe or something like that. Man, I can't even remember what the phrase was that was on it.
Quarter loafers.
But then it became 35 cents to call. Then it became 50 cents.
For you know,
And
your
now
pocket
I
was full.
love seeing payphones out and about. It's just like I want to take a picture of it if I come across a payphone.
Ancient news these days.
They are. They're few and far in between, even in the city of Detroit, because unfortunately, a lot of people ripped them out, you know.
Hmm.
But you can find them here and there in Detroit. So
Remember speed dial? Like now,
Fisher
it's just
Boy Weeds just said his first phone was Fisher Price.
Fisher Price. All right, touche. No, that's Jess.
Or
That's
Jess, yes.
I ain't even gonna
Touche,
play.
Jeff.
Any child hands me a banana, it automatically becomes a cellular phone. So, and I get it.
like the two cups, the cups and the string. You know.
No, not 2 cups. One, whatever.
No, not two. No.
Different show. Different show. That was
we
last
could
night's
talk a
show,
whole,
buddy.
man.
Get back
Oh
on
man,
track.
we could we could. I don't know. Just a little side note. Maybe we could do a whole episode on like the darker side of the internet, not dark web necessarily, but just like all the
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
You
all the
had me
bad
at hello.
I think you would have to give a fair warning.
all the bad stuff on the internet. We're not going to show you.
Fair warning, because it's going to probably shock a lot of people and it might irritate a lot of people.
Well, yeah, we did talk about some pretty crazy haunted houses. The one that where like they chop your arm off and all this stuff. Yeah,
We've had to put a couple. I think our one though about mental health and depression, that one always gets. Warnings out there and stuff.
But those seem to be some of our best episodes, man. Some people, I think we really
100%.
need this, and that's what it's about. But let's get into this story here. If you would indulge me to let me read a little bit of it, find out what's going on. There's actually 2 stories. One is the market side, Market Insider, talking about their value going down because of this lawsuit. But it is the U.S. versus Apple. U.S. sues Apple in landmark iPhone monopoly case. The guy with the monocle wasn't around, so they just went ahead with it. The lawsuit brought by the U.S. Justice Department in multiple states. Oh wow! Accuses the tech giant of making it hard. Okay, for users to switch to cheaper smartphones. Like, do you think they should make it easy? Wow. Okay, so the far-reaching case singled out practices that it said was making Apple richer to the detriment of advanced innovation and technology for consumers.
The U.S. Justice Department prefers to be the one doing the fucking. That's the only reason why they're suing.
That's crazy. They sued Apple on Thursday for illegally maintaining a monopoly for its iPhone by stifling competition and imposing exorbitant costs on consumers. The lawsuit also brought by multiple U.S. states attacked the iPhone for raking in hundreds of billions of dollars by making it difficult for consumers to switch away to cheaper smartphones and devices. I don't believe this. I've had plenty of devices. I have a phone now, and I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I need a new one. If I wanted to, I could switch to a different phone. But maybe, just maybe, they're talking about the fact that you can trade your phone in for some like credit or whatever towards the next phone. It says the long anticipated case against Apple sees the company founded by Steve Jobs in 1976 clash with Washington after largely escaping U.S. government scrutiny for nearly a half century. This is like a monopoly is a monopoly. This is a partial monopoly, I guess. I mean, if they're breaking the law is one thing, but I'm not trying to defend them. It just seems pretty crazy. It joins Amazon, Google, and Facebook owners Meta, which are also facing antitrust lawsuits in the United States. Okay, so they're kind of lumping it together with some of the big tech. The heart of the case, it's Apple's alleged exclusionary practices that set strict and at times opaque conditions on firms and developers seeking to reach the iPhone's 136 million U.S. users. Like it literally sounds like they're just saying that they don't want the competition to just take over their customer base. It's crazy. According to the lawsuit, those rules and decisions have been designed to force Apple users into staying in the Apple ecosystem and buying the company's more expensive hardware, the iPhone. So they don't really get into it much. It might go on for a while, but like, what's the specifics? How is it that they're forcing us? I can think of a couple things: the trade-in on the phone and some apps in the App Store that you might have a subscription to. You know, you might have already purchased like a year subscription on some app, and you have to have Apple to use it.
No. You're reading it wrong.
Okay.
You're set into contract.
Mm-hmm.
You are forced. As soon as that phone breaks, you get a new phone from them. You are set into another 2 to 4 year contract. You are forced to stay with them.
That's true, but I think the cell phone companies like US Cellular, Verizon, they do that a lot, and that's what I kept getting
You
sucked
could buy
into.
the broken phone. You're not forced to do anything.
No, when you sign up another contract.
Right.
So they didn't make you
could
sign another contract. If the phones were an accessible price, because we've already found out that they are marking the phones up 68%. The number is put out there. It was said by so-and-so. These cell phones are marked up 68%. That means it's only costing $400 for this cell phone to be made, $300, maybe $600 for these top of the line phones. They're charging us $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 plus locking us into contract over the limit fees, this fee, that fee.
But
God knows what else they're charging
every
us.
year to do it.
Yep.
Shouldn't you?
So
you want to fuck them?
problem,
You
yeah.
want to fuck them? Go buy your Cricket phone. You know
Right.
what I mean? But people don't.
Don't have a cell phone. The Obama phone that is a free phone, you know, or whatever it is. There are free phone services out there. Are they the greatest cell phones? Probably not.
Well, I bought my phone. I
You
bought my
know.
phone outright, so I bought it all the way because I had that's when I had gotten my disability, I think, and
Yep.
I bought it outright.
Oh,
And
boy.
that, but I'm still incentivized because of that trade-in value. I'm able to take
Yep.
this iPhone anywhere that sells iPhones, and I'll get a little bit of credit towards the next one, you know. And that does suck. But I will point this out though. iPhone has I think the 15 or the 14. It was 15, I think. Or no, it was a 14 that I saw because it was going to go on sale when the 15 came out. That has a terabyte of space in it. There's not many phones out right now that are really actually coming close to iPhone, to be honest. Like as far as how much it can do. Like the Samsungs are all right, but there's no Samsung that has more than 120, 150.
He's
No,
coming,
the
he's
Samsung
coming
Note
straight
had over
at
a
you,
terabyte.
Jason.
You think? Okay. The
Samsung Note had all the notes had over a terabyte of space. But yes, they were a very large phone. You know, you were carrying around a brick when you were carrying around the Note, but
That's
it was
what I have a Note.
the Note. You know, it is a big phone, right, Kim? Is it?
Yeah.
You know, and there's several different versions of the Note now. Several different Note 1, 2, 3, I believe. So
I like the Note. I like a bigger phone.
mhm.
I don't like the little.
Do you like the stylus with it?
I had a BlackBerry too.
I do. I don't really use the stylus that much. Usually I use the stylus when something is really small on the screen that I need to poke. But
Yep.
Margaret.
that's
Yeah,
about
well,
the time I use the
You
stylus.
know, I did like the Notes. They were very, very good at the time that I was using. At the time I was doing construction. So I had a program on there that I could take a picture of the area that I was looking at and I could move shit around on it. It was very nice to be able to draw and stuff like that with it.
I had a BlackBerry, but it had a little trackball.
You had to pull it out every once in a while, clean her up.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
those.
Shit
Kind of like
gets
your
stuck.
mouse, the mouse
Could never
ball.
get anywhere.
Yep,
Back when the
very
mouse
easy to move around with one hand.
I had
Yeah.
one of
It was
those
my
slider
favorite
phones
phone. It was my favorite
with the
phone.
keyboard.
Okay, slide
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
slide, yep, the slide. Then there was there was a different sidekick from the one you were talking about, Jason, because the one I had was like almost the size of like a Nintendo Switch or something. It was like it was a big wide phone, and then the whole screen would flip over upside down. What was
What
actually right
fucking
side up.
phone were you carrying around?
It was a sidekick, and it had a trackball. I mean, it was crazy.
There was a Sidekick phone by T-Mobile.
I thought it was so cool, you know, back then.
Oh no, that's the new one that just
then
came out.
I dropped
T-Mobile
it.
just brought the Sidekick back out.
All right, Heather, I got you.
Let's see here. The
Got the flip
Sidekick
phone now.
LX 2009 is the last model to have been released. Damn, so we're
Guys, we got 2 giveaways. Like and share the video, and make sure you're following the page, and then we'll let us know, and we'll get you on the wheel here. Anybody that want to come up, Wes, Macy, you're 2 people that will come on the screen. Come on up, Macy. You might be gone already, but you would be welcome to weigh in on the topic. Same with Kat. Where'd Kat go?
She's
Well,
gone. Very unfortunate.
they used to be called the Hip Top, and then T-Mobile bought the company, and they were rebranded as the Sidekick Mobile Flip
the jitterbug.
or the Sharp Jump.
Oh, the sidekick flip.
The hell's
Okay.
the jitter are the buttons like this big? What we got here?
Jitterbug. Yeah,
there's
I heard of that
10
one.
buttons on there.
Is it like those really big ass remote controls you can get?
Yeah, just
What we
the
got?
screen slid open.
What?
And then
On the
slid back.
jitterbug?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember the first Born Identity movie?
No.
I think it was Born Identity was the first one with Matt Damon,
Okay.
and he was this sort of like he had gotten amnesia, but he started realizing that he had all these skills and like a spy or basic whatever, like a black ops type guy. But the reason I bring it up is because in movies around that time, there was probably a few examples, but he was able to like somehow he knew how to like plug in. There was like 2 or 3 different phones with different cords, and he was able to like he was like transferring data and doing this stuff. And you know damn well any of us that was trying to do that shit in real life, that stuff would never work out, man. Like this cord, that cord.
Even before that was the Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Yes, maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Actually.
Enemy of the State with Will Smith was a good one that was like, holy shit, where the fuck did this technology come from? How the hell did this just all show up on our radar undetected? Like, what? You can't do that. Government says, oh, yes, I can.
It's funny how tech will adapt in order to stay relevant. Like SD cards are actually in the Nintendo Switch now. And that, remember, we used to have the memory card and the SD cards in our phones a lot of times.
Yep.
Like the Razor and stuff. I might put this article back down here. We get the gist. They're coming after Apple. I'm going to step upstairs for a second because I have a box full of old cell phones I forgot to bring down. We got Wes. What's up, Wes?
What the?
Well, hello.
Cheers.
What was your guys' favorite phone?
I'm going BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
Yeah, I liked my BlackBerry a lot. That was probably my
It's
favorite.
just so damn quiet.
I don't know what my favorite phone is. Yeah, that's a tough one because I like being able to play games on my phone, but I hate how fragile it is. And like, I got the live signal symbol burnt into the top of my phone. It says like 5 people are watching, burnt into my phone.
That's funny.
You know, from constantly being on live.
Jason.
So it's one of them things like, but the service and shit, I think was better when I had an antenna. I don't know.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow you guys' minds right now. So I got.
Hey, why do you get the whole goddamn screen?
Well, here I'll do this. Is
No,
that better?
You son of a bitch. No, it's fine. I can commentate this. Go ahead. Just mute your mic.
So I got the original iPhone or
That's
iPod.
not
iPod.
That's not a phone.
I
Oh, I
know.
have one of those.
iPod. Well, that's
I
a
have
good
I
iPhone.
have one of those.
She
Even
still
in the
uses
20s.
it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
still use it, don't you?
Yeah, there we go.
Here-
Pull that fucking antenna. I
That's
said
my first phone ever, you guys.
Okay.
First cell phone
Okay.
with that satisfying pull. Oh,
Yes.
but you got to be careful, man. I never.
I
Just
know. I
saved it.
can't believe it's not broke. You might be able to get $15 for that phone online.
Maybe
Pan down, cameraman. Pull that again.
pull it out. I got this. I don't even remember using this phone. It's a US Cellular 4G Lite. It's a Motorola. It's got an M on the
Oh,
back.
I remember having a Motorola.
It's a Motorola smartphone.
Touchscreen? Smartphone? Okay.
It must be a touchscreen, but that's news to me. I got this old LG. This little LG. It's
I
like,
had one of those.
Is that got the ball in the middle or the cursor in the middle?
Just an OK, the OK button. And
Oh,
then,
just an okay, not even a cursor.
yeah, the arrows up and down, left, right.
There's Heather. Yeah, Heather. Always Samsung.
So I don't have my
Ever
Razor
since
still.
Nextel.
I thought I
Even
still
before
had my
Nextel, Altel.
Here's another. This is a Verizon phone. The BlackBerry. Here's a BlackBerry. And it's not my oldest BlackBerry. I used to have one, like I said, with the trackball, but these are the only phones I have left. For some reason, I have them floating around. But yeah, I always kept my original. That Nokia had the snake and everything. Text messages you had to pay for. Oh yeah, that's fun. I might have more somewhere else because I seem to never throw away old electronics.
Clearly.
I haven't thrown away phones because for the longest time we've been able to store photos on them.
Yeah.
Or the memory cards, we've been able to store photos. And I couldn't tell you the last time I actually bought a camera to be able to take photos because that's what I use my phone. Right now, I guarantee I've probably got 10,000 photos on this phone, between backup storages, this, that, and the other files. And there's a lot.
So you know what I did with my note is I put an SD card. I put a really big SD card.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my photos are in my SD card.
Right.
But one of the reasons I do not get rid of my cell phones is because of text messages.
But they're still out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's people that have passed away that I still have compilations,
You
and
can
I don't
reread it. Right. Yep.
and
Yeah,
you
but
can transfer your texts from phone to phone.
okay, but realistically, when's the last time you turned one of those old phones on? Like,
Well,
for instance,
realistically, when's the last time I looked at a photo album? But I got that shit sitting over here. I've got
right? But what I'm saying,
photo
yes,
album sitting over
but
there.
your digital. Hold on, but that digital thing is definitely not going to hold out. Like it gets
I
corrupted
don't
over
care.
time.
It's the sentimentality of it. I'm not getting rid of it. That's just the way it
I'm not
is.
telling you to get rid of it. I'm just.
No,
I'm just
I know,
saying,
but I'm
like, you
just
should check
saying.
it. Like, you got to use them once in a while to keep it.
Well, every once in a while, I do. Like, I had this. This is gonna sound really bad, but my son's wife, she can be a real stinker, and
I got you.
She's
there was
not
a
watching.
situation where she texted me something, and we got into it, and I kept that conversation just so that, like, if I ever have to get that shit out. Like, I'll be like, do you remember when you did this? Because I'll do that.
Savage. I told
10
y'all
years ago.
earlier. I said it earlier. She's just savage. Oh.
Talk about holding.
I ain't gonna lie. When I seen today, I looked at the text and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Missed all types of shit. And then I found out we were doing cell phones. When I grabbed the couple that I had filling in a box, I tried to plug them in and turn them on. I was like, "Oh, nice! I get to look at some of the pictures that are on there. That'll be fun."
Oh yeah.
And I looked at a couple of pictures and I was like, "Maybe not so fun," and just set it back down. I was like, "I didn't like that year."
Yeah. Oh man, just pulling up random because we didn't really even. Honestly, I don't know. Mine might be just from. I'll speak for myself here, but we didn't really know how to take pictures back when you didn't. We weren't able to see it immediately, or when it was just terrible resolution. You didn't really notice what was happening. But now it's like the AI and the pictures are just insane. Like,
how many people use their cell phone for the intended purpose?
I do make calls on it, but
What's
it's
the
a lot
intended
more rare.
purpose?
What do you do more on your cell phone?
This is a
What-
smartphone. It's not a cell phone.
What do
Right.
Smartphones are different than cell phones. When I think of a cell phone, I think circa 2005, 2010.
Okay, so you're talking
Smartphones
like
came out like what, around 2010, somewhere around in there.
99 was the first touch screen. I think you said.
First smartphone. That's on one of these browsers. Let me see.
It was 92 first touch.
Okay, but Blackberries were smartphones before that term was a thing.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
were
of
smarter
Blackberries as
than
a
the average
smartphone.
phone.
What?
To me, a smartphone is a computer.
Yeah, Blackberries did a ton. Blackberries had all like email and all kinds of, you could like do all kinds of work on them. They were business phones for sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. They look like this thing that had a bunch of buttons to them. So
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
had
I never
buttons.
got into the
Like a
BlackBerry
computer.
thing.
Yeah, computers have buttons.
Well, I never got into the BlackBerry thing. To
It
me,
was it
to
had
me,
a
a
bad rap.
smartphone is one of these things. A
Wait
touch
a
screen.
minute here. That one that was 1992, the IBM Simon Personal Communicator. You know, the one I was calling the first touchscreen one that we were saying?
Mhm.
That motherfucker could send faxes.
Oh wow! Like how?
Right.
I
I've
wonder
sent a
how.
lot of
Like,
things on my phone. I don't think a fax is one of them.
It could send emails and faxes.
fax me that dick pic.
Like,
Beep, beep, beep. Sorry, it was a
I
short
got a
one.
touch screen. It'll come through.
Yeah. there you go. Oh wow. So I wonder, like, did it take pictures? How did the fax get into the phone? Like, it must have been a cord
Don't.
that they sort of.
Don't worry.
I don't know. The history
don't
of it is
sorry.
very, very
They
long.
got in
But
there.
It was a laser disc that they had to play in order to get it in there. Oh wow. It's crazy the overlap on tech, like especially when you think of the moment it was invented is probably, you know, many years before it was able to be used by, you know, any kind of consumer.
Common
But-
folk.
Yeah, but I would say with cell phones it was military probably use mostly before we, you know, just like any communications, it starts off in the military for the most part.
Well, I will say that texting definitely, I remember when I was in the military, texting is probably definitely a shoot off of sending like classified messages.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was in the Air Force, we had this building on base where all the classified messages would get sent out. And it was like this really secure building because, you know, it dealt with top secret stuff, you know, messages, all the secret messages, all the highly classified messages went out through that system. So my guess is that like faxing and probably even texting, you know, developed out of military for sure. Cell phone communications probably. So my fiance at the time worked in satellite communications, and they had these big trucks. They were like semis. They were as long as semis. They were humongous, that would go out in the middle of nowhere all around the world. And they were satellite communications. And so my guess that cell phone technology that's more modern probably developed around that too.
Well, we know the military used the internet before us.
Yep. Well, that messaging, that what do you call it? The secure messaging. Did you, when you were in the military, did you ever send out secure messages? Did you ever deal with any of that?
We had the radio. We had the Singars that we used, and then which really wasn't I didn't do any other messaging. But we did get some like newer stuff towards the end, like GPS and satellite type stuff, but I didn't mess with it much.
So I was in the mid 80s to early 90s, and I remember having to type messages, and it was done on a certain type of paper. There was a certain form that you used. It was a certain type of paper, and you had to use a particular font in sending the messages. So my guess is that's probably, like I said, faxing, definitely. I can't imagine how they sent those messages out other than maybe like on like a flatbed screen thing, like a
Morse code
kind of a thing. Well, the Morse code, no, not that. I'm not that damn old.
Sent it by Camel.
I'm just kidding.
Camel Express.
Carrier pigeons.
Actually, you know what? I heard something recently. I saw this post about pigeons, man. It kind of was like, it was eye opening. It made me think, because pigeons are the pigeons were actually completely domesticated by us.
Yep.
And we just tossed them out the window once we had radio and different other ways to communicate. But like
maybe that's why they're wandering around so lost these days.
It's why they congregate in cities. Yep. They have to survive off of us, and so they hang out with us, even though we don't want them around. We call them rats and all kinds of vermin.
We electrified their brain too much, and we just made them stupid, and they just bred stupid.
You mean like from our technology?
Like us?
From us doing stuff.
Just like us, yeah.
Yeah.
They taste okay.
Do you guys believe cell phones and smartphones? We still use the word phone, so I mean the phone call is still its main purpose, I would say. But the whole thing behind like whether it's causing us cancer, women that have found breast cancer after, and they said that they have their phone in their bra like all the time, and there's been a lot of like correlation.
Everything causes cancer.
Okay,
anything enjoyable causes cancer.
Everything enjoyable, yeah. Okay, that might be true, man. Like that might be God's, like,
That's not God.
Ultimate,
God had nothing to do with that.
Hey, it might be the ultimate, thing about life. Like, hey, the indulging in anything that's good will cause you major harm. That could be a biblical.
Obviously, I'm a big fan of like yin and yang, good and bad. There's an answer to it. Unfortunately, we will never probably get the absolute answer to that.
Overindulgence.
It's not overindulgence.
It's gluttony.
I'm just saying.
I think because of it being so accessible, it affects our memory 100%.
Oh, that's for sure. I still remember the phone number from my childhood home. Do you guys?
Yeah.
You're right, but do you remember? Can you remember the 10 numbers that that you knew by back of your hand?
Or like the most recent, like the most used numbers that I use now? No.
But no, I think it truly has affected our memory. I think it has affected our hand-eye coordination.
It's maybe made it better.
Not negative, not positive. I think it depends on the person.
Change things a little bit. Yeah, because if you think about driving a car and the way that your eyes are supposed to kind of go in a circuit between all of the major things you're supposed to pay attention to, your dashboard, your mirrors, the road.
There's way too many fucking stupid people out there to try to.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm talking.
There's way too many people driving that shouldn't be driving.
That's not untrue.
Way too many people having children that shouldn't be having children. We cannot start that argument right now.
There's adults that shouldn't be having children.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm saying that the cell phone became one more thing in that circuit of things we pay attention to constantly. And some of us maybe.
Are you telling us that you text and drive, Waylon? Is that what you're telling us?
I'm telling you, I text and drive, and I hate myself for it.
It doesn't even have to go there.
I hate myself for it because I'll go there. I tell myself every freaking time, don't do it. Don't do it.
The cell phone has really instigated instant gratification and entitlement.
Oh, well, yeah, the connection, like everyone thinks they should have access to you all the time because they know you have a phone.
Well, not just that, but instant gratification. It's like anything, just about anything you need can be done right.
Convenience, yeah. But I don't know though. It's hard to say whether too much convenience is a bad thing. Although we know that it dumbs us down, makes us not able to. But if we were to somehow have a society where we like made that known and spoke about it more often, where it was like, hey, this device is addicting me. I let's speak about it all the time to make sure that we all keep that in our forefronts of our mind, or you know what I mean? Like, but we like to hide those things and we don't talk about them until everybody's sucked in and you know, yeah.
Well, when people say that they're taking a social media break or they're taking a break, they shut down social media. They don't shut down their phone.
Right.
They still have their text messages.
Oh,
they still have their phone calls.
They're creeping.
They might still be there. Yeah, you might. I think that's kind of.
watch them.
There's probably very few people that truly,
especially the people
really
that announce
it.
You gotta watch
maybe a slight break. Well, but back to the car though. I was just gonna say that it's legal to have your phone in like a phone holder that's right there up on the dash.
That's
and
what
so yeah, I mean, and yeah, and so you can still see like, okay, there's someone messaging you. Who's that? And that's what I mean is if you're gonna do it, you know, not the right way, in my opinion, or the safest way, you make it part of your circuit, and you as you're moving through your, you know, the circle of things that you check in your car. I mean, I don't know. We've always had, like, before that we had fast food, and I think that anybody, we had the radio. We still have the radio, and any distraction is bad in the car. I think cell phones and texting got a bad rap. I think it's up to that person to be somebody that's able to handle more things.
What about drinking and driving? What if you have
I disagree. I disagree because texting,
you don't think
looked
it's just
away for way longer than I should have.
I've been down and grabbed my big gulp, you know, and or changing the radio station. Those things are just as dangerous if you're not paying attention. You know, I don't like this song. Oh, what? Or like our CD players. Remember, we had the CD players with buttons all over them, where you'd have to sit there going through albums and all this stuff. Like that's
CD
not.
Players. I had an 8-track in my car. What the hell are you talking about? CD player.
The 8-track was less buttons. I'm talking about the
I had
CD
a 77 Bonneville that had an 8-track. My freaking case that held all the 8-tracks. It was like a briefcase. You open that bitch up and it had 8-track here.
All four of them. Yes,
that Bonneville, you could hit anything. Nobody's dying. You'll be fine.
Well, thanks, Billy. We appreciate that, man. Says he's stoned as hell. Listen to us all. I'm getting there.
Have a great orgasm tonight, Billy.
I'm going to do a dab too. Yeah, last night we learned on We Grow Wednesday about how cannabis can help women have better, longer, and more frequent orgasms.
Billy, they can help.
So that was a good article.
They've
been researching that for a lot lately.
Well, they're pushing it because they want to use it to. They want to use They want to use that to as an angle for medical cannabis for women that have problems having orgasms, and so
that, and they're pairing it in with menstrual cramps also.
Okay, now that I could get behind that for sure. I mean, I don't mind that it you know, if they want to use it because it helps them. Men have similar issues that I think it can help as well, but they're really stretching for that medical angle. I don't know, but definitely the menstrual thing, I believe that would be good.
I will just put it out there. If they need a test subject, I mean, hey.
How are your menstrual cramps, Jason?
Yeah.
You spotting heavy or what, son? Tell me. Let's talk about it.
Jason, you got a problem with PMS?
No, not that one.
He was going with
the other side
he's
of the
hitting
study.
menopause.
You got
the
stuck.
other side of the study.
You got stuck in that.
He's hitting menopause.
Yeah.
On his men.
He said he'd be
All
okay.
right. Let's
Yeah, I
get
mean,
there, guys.
It's not time
Dealing
for the
with
wheel.
some
Get
of the
that wheel out of
females
here.
on it, yeah, I'll give you my opinion 100%. Like, yep, this bitch definitely needs it. This bitch definitely needs it. This one definitely needs it.
That's what I was saying last night. You're not lousy. She's just not high enough. That's what the issue is.
That's it. That's the one. Like, oh, no. You point at it. You don't know. First.
Go take another hit.
Take another hit.
Yep.
The button's not working.
Can you do a dab, please? Jesus.
I'm about to do one myself, actually. It might help me. I don't know.
You could climax. Get that wheel back up.
What?
Right, Billy?
I took your advice. I don't know.
Billy knows what I'm saying.
guys, if you want to get on this wheel, make sure you like and share. But if you want to have the hash and dash immunities where you can get on the wheel and then you can just leave if you're busy, you got to go to sleep, you got whatever, you got to go get high and get with your spouse, whatever it is, that hash and dash immunity goes to my locals community members. Shouts out to my indoor farmer community on locals. It's been fun the last couple Sundays using locals on game night. It really makes things easier for me. And there have been a couple people having trouble getting into locals, so I apologize. But really, guys, it's so much faster for me to not have to ask every person. I can just see. Anyway,
I'm still waiting for that Wayland Indoor Farmer OnlyFans. When's that coming?
That's what locals is, man. It's the same thing as OnlyFans. It's the same thing as OnlyFans.
It's not the same shit. Don't tell me.
It is the same. But OnlyFans is not a sex site.
Yoga.
OnlyFans is not a sex
hot
site.
Yoga.
It is though, because that's what it's been turned into.
Really?
But you can
Okay.
technically do
Okay.
whatever you want on it. You can do whatever you want
Let's
on
talk
it.
about it.
OnlyFans. That's the next episode. I got you, Dolores. Thank you. Appreciate everybody sharing and liking. We got 2 giveaways to do here in a minute. I'm going to do a dab first, though, so I'll give you guys a few more minutes. Got 37. What do we got over on the Rumble? I don't even really know. It says 8, but my phone is literally all cracked to shit. I had a nice secondary phone until I got a new dog, Miss Mia, the husky, taking her on walks and trying to look at my phone. You know, don't walk and text,
walking.
texting
You
and
gotta
walking.
have that goddamn phone in your hand.
Well, I was,
Oh
working.
my God. You want to hear something awful? This is
Oh my gosh,
one of the worst things ever. Speaking of like texting and walking, wasn't texting and walking. It was, she had her headphones on and walking her huskies. She had 2 of them, but she was a local teacher. She became our superintendent of our school district. She was just loved. She was a great lady and just a beloved person in our community and our schools. And she was walking her huskies and she had her earpods on, and a teenage kid hit her on the street and killed her.
Oh my.
Yeah. It's like a big lesson not to freaking have your
You
head.
gotta be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Next
Exactly,
time
that's
could
the
be
lesson.
your last time, Waylon.
That's
That's a timely lesson. That's not like cell phones are
That's
no.
not
cell
less
phone.
than, but it sucks that we have to be aware of our surroundings because of shit that happens.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
definitely.
I mean, I would never be inclined to do something like that. Like when I was in the military, I used to run, because we had to stay in shape and everything. And me and my friend would either go run the golf course or we would run there was like a track, and we would either run the track or we would run the golf course. And we would wear headphones, but you didn't have to worry so much about like being in danger of anything back then. But nowadays, man, you have your headphones on. You don't know if some weirdo's like sneaking up on you or whatever. You got to be aware. I don't know if men suffer from those kind of problems as much, but women, it's like we're.
Oh,
I'm afraid
100%.
of
I
getting
always just
attacked
have
all the time.
only one in, but it comes from my neighborhood, and unfortunately, my arm is an example.
Yeah.
And simply, it just even without headphones in, I got attacked from the back, and so.
Yeah,
Well, I
can't wear
carry a
headphones when I'm
baseball
out,
bat
so.
in my car. It's like, motherfucker, you come at me, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you with that baseball bat. I may be a short, fat, white lady, but I'll fuck you up. Like, I'll open up a can of whoop ass. But I got to wait for my shoulder to heal now, so.
Yeah, nobody try and kidnap her
Half a
yet.
can. Half a can.
So they're going to have to wait a few months.
Tuna can of whip ass.
All right,
That's
Jess.
all you get. Tuna can.
All right. Well, back to the topic for a second. What age
Debatable.
do you think is the proper age that kids get a cell phone?
Never.
Never.
I honestly
Interesting.
think, here's my opinion. If you're gonna give a kid a cell phone, you should get him a flip phone, because in my opinion, kids should not have access to all the bullshit that this kind of a phone offers. That's just my opinion. I'm a teacher. I see what kids do. I see what they're involved in. and it worries me. You know, these kids are they're exposed to all kind of shit, you know. But I was pretty conservative in the way that I raised my son. You know, we didn't have to worry about this stuff when he was a kid so much. But you know, he wasn't allowed to listen to music that was too experienced for him. I didn't want him losing
Billy.
innocence.
Okay.
So, you know, I was like super picky, the same with TV shows and stuff like that. I wanted him to be a kid for as long as possible and not lose his innocence about life.
Don't you also feel they could have that same exposure to the outside world as long as they have a decent backing at home? See, and like my wife, I'm gonna give you an example. Our children,
you have no idea.
Our children growing up, my wife, anytime a movie, something come on, there's a pair of titties out, she's freaking out. She can't cover the kids' eyes fast enough. Me, I'm on the opposite end. Them seeing someone else blow someone's face off, I'm like, hey man, just so you know, this shit's make believe. Those titties are real. This is make believe. You know, but we seen it on two opposite ends. Like, I don't want them thinking this is a normal thing you should do to someone. This
why would you want to
pretty
plant,
normal.
Why would
you know what I mean? This is
plant those ideas in their head though?
They're gonna get planted. Would you rather them get planted by the parents or someone out here? I guess that's where I'm.
I think I know what you're saying. Like imagine a kid who's maybe on the extreme side, being sheltered their whole life, right? Living under a rock, not allowed to see anything,
when they first
right?
find it,
and then they first find it, right? Imagine that, Kim. You know, you finally move away from home or whatever, 18, and like you see your first boob, or you know, you see your first like blood scene of any kind. Like, oh wow, that person just cut that person on this movie. Like it would be, I think it would be a harsher shock. Now, I would say maybe there's still a happy medium, Ryan, right? You're not letting them watch like the sex scenes. You're not watching the gory stuff. Yeah,
for sure.
But if it's like a moment of like,
or Waylon's OnlyFans,
or like with my son, if somebody says curse words, I go, oh, well, they're saying those bad words, you know, and he'll say that he says it too. Oh yeah, bad words there, bad words. And so there is a point where you can help them navigate those things. They're going to see some of it, but to your point, maybe don't do it on purpose. Like, don't. I'm
not saying that you can completely protect your kids from that, because
there's a medium,
and I recognize that. You know, when I was raising my son, you know, he's older than you are, Waylon.
Paul's asking you how many kids you have. You have just the one?
Yeah, I just have the one, but
I got you.
I didn't want to add to it. I didn't want to edify it. Whatever it was that he was going to school and he was being exposed to, because most of the stuff that kids are exposed to, they're exposed to at school. I didn't want to edify it. I didn't want to glorify it. I didn't want to, you know, bring it into my home as this was an acceptable thing. You know, you can't keep them from that, you know, but I can keep it out of my home and I have control over that, you know, and I can have discussions with him about the things that he sees.
That's what
I was just going to say. You got to prepare the kids more these days because you can't stop it so much.
But you know what I see, and I'm not saying that all parents are like this. You know, I'm a teacher. I see all kinds of shit at school, dude. Walked into the bathroom the other day and I see two girls in the bathroom. This was it Tuesday or was it Wednesday? Today it was Wednesday. Walked into the bathroom and there are two sets of feet. One of them, the feet were coming out up from underneath the floor because the girl was down on her knees, going at it on a girl that was sitting on the toilet.
All right, Billy, keep it calm in the comments.
Simmer down, Billy. This is not your finish. This is pedophilia, what she's talking about.
That's messed up. So,
I mean,
no, but that is a natural thing to happen in high school. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, what I'm thinking is, so I agreed with the idea of flip phone.
Yeah,
you know, I agreed with that. So, what age then, Kim, would you allow your kid to switch to a what did you put it as a smartphone?
65 years old.
You can text pictures, can't you, on a flip phone?
Some you can, some you can't.
Okay.
You know, it just
I don't
depends
know
on.
because I honestly, I'm not really sure. Like
My first titty picture.
there's a lot of good stuff that happens with these things. I'm not saying that they're all bad, but the thing is that teenagers, kids, you know, our society, one of the things that I sit back and I see is that parents are so damn permissive these days. It's like in a lot of ways, kids are raising themselves. They're not, you know, you give the kid a license to this thing and they've got all access to all kinds of shit that you can't.
So
I agree with that.
That was my issue is if there's someone at home, you see it in a classroom setting. I worked in a school for 5 years, same difference. I can tell the children who have parents that are at home.
You can tell just by their demeanor, by the way they act. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does not take long to pick it up. And there's some
I do agree. Don't get me wrong.
Some that are there and they're just not, you know, they're not playing the side they should be playing. But I could walk into a classroom and pick kids out and be like, mom or dad is there. Mom and dad is there. You know what I mean? You get a feel for it pretty quick.
Now, what I do see, though, is it can be used as a smart device with the younger children. And some of them you see, yes, they are watching cartoons, blah, 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 whatever, you know. And then other ones you see using it as a teaching device.
My parents as a fucking babysitter. And there is no reason on this earth that a kid should be using this as a babysitter.
Right.
Well, those parents were raised on with the TV as their babysitter.
I was raised with the TV too.
We had Roseanne Whalen. It was different.
They're playing with
wow. Oh, that's a different show.
I hope she comes back.
What about Mama's Family?
Mama's Family, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mama's Family was in the reruns. So like we all know it because we used to watch what we called reruns, you guys. No one watches reruns really anymore. You might watch movies like more than once.
You just watch the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode.
I watch reruns because there ain't shows out like there used to be.
Well, but you
I'm
go
still
after
watching
directly,
60s, 70s, and 80s shows.
You know what sucks are the cartoons. I love cartoons. I've always loved cartoons. I've watched them forever, and the cartoons they have nowadays suck ass.
SpongeBob's
Cheers and Welcome Back Tiger and MASH. You know, Andy Griffith's show.
MASH was good. I
enjoyed it when I was
about
11 now.
Yeah.
People watch more TV now on their phones.
That's true.
Than they do on TVs because they're mobile.
Yeah.
And so we went.
I watch more TV on my phone. 100%.
My senior class today, this afternoon, was watching fucking movies on their phone instead of. I swear.
Gunsmoke.
Kids don't make good choices.
Make it an unplugged classroom.
We're gonna have
hand in their phones before they sit in their seat.
Oh God, girl, you don't even do that, man. You get all kind of parents come fucking knocking at your classroom door, bitching. You're violating my.
I'd be like, wait, before you come in here and lecture me, you got to give up your phone too.
Well, do you remember the reason that a lot of us got phones when we were younger, like younger than what everybody was saying and what you were saying? The biggest reason, I wonder if everybody still feels this way, is that giving a phone to a kid is a safety thing. I want them to home from wherever.
It is a phone.
1996.
A phone, not a freaking computer, not a thing where you're getting into stuff that's crazy.
I'm going for it.
She's talking about porn.
Trent, good night, brother.
YouTube.
It's not even porn. It's all kinds of stuff.
But I mean, that can do as much damage as killing people on video games too. So I guess.
I mean, we weren't even trying like it, but I feel, and I'm. How do I want to put it politely? They're going to find another way.
That's right.
Because we found another way.
That's right.
I mean, me personally, I'm a 42-year-old man. I have not looked at a porn magazine in over 20 years, and I got a box of them somewhere.
Well, but to Kim's point,
I know I do.
There's worse things.
You know.
You want to hear a funny story with porn? and finding a way.
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
All right, my son, the first time I
My
caught
alley.
him with something semi-pornographic, I used to get Victoria's Secret magazines.
Yeah,
One day,
Frederick's of Hollywood. What we're
there's
talking
gonna be-
about?
Hollywood.
When did Victoria's Secret become pornographic?
There's gonna be two stories here. Well,
Titty
when you
slip,
have a
Jason.
9-year-old boy that's laying on the couch while mom is bebopping around the house cleaning on a Saturday,
Working on his
he's
magic
laying there with a
tricks. Oh,
blanket
yeah.
pulled straight over his head, and I walk by and pull back to see what the hell is he doing under there, and he's laying on that couch with the magazine, kissing the boobies of the women in the
Get
back.
it. Get it. You know, he's not.
Well,
Yeah.
you
Her
know,
name's Giselle Bunchen, and I'd be
You
right there
know?
with him.
forward,
Ah,
you
I
fast
don't know.
forward to,
be honest.
I don't know, he was about 14, I want to say, maybe
We can't
15,
pretend.
somewhere around in there. So from about the time he was 12 through about the time he's 15, I started finding Playboy magazines or Penthouse or whatever
He
in
upgraded.
his room.
This
And
poor
I would
kid.
find them, and I would go and I would throw them in the trash.
Oof.
I don't know
Mom, I
where,
told you not to bother me while I'm cleaning my room.
well, he wouldn't clean his room, and I would have to clean his room, and so that's something that I would clean while I was in there.
Nah.
So anyway,
What
all
kind
of
of
a
additions you throw away? Do you remember? These are probably collectors now.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
what do
what
you
I was
got?
just thinking. I'm like, oh my God.
God.
They were
Man.
stuck
Cartons
together.
in the garbage?
They were stuck together.
Are you
Serious?
do you think I cared? I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm
You
a
never had, man, you never had a poster of a guy pinned on your wall? You never had no guy pinned
No,
on your wall that you just
SpongeBob and
dreamt over?
Patrick are on my fucking wall.
What?
Like,
Let's see it, girl.
come on now.
Has he got pasties?
You never had nothing like. I remember several girls that I just, and they weren't even girls; they were women, straight up women, pinned to my
Okay,
walls.
okay. I didn't know where you're going with that, Jason.
Like, come on! I seen your face there, Ryan. You know,
So,
But-
Go ahead.
hey, so check this out. So all of a sudden, the magazines started disappearing, right, for a short period of time, right? So one of my son's jobs, one of his chores was to check the mail every day. So one day I get home from work a little early. He hasn't gotten home from school. We've got a doctor's appointment that I have to take him to. I got home early. I thought I'm going to just check the mail and get that done and whatever. So he doesn't have to do it. Go to the mailbox, open the mailbox. There is, inside the mailbox, there is
Charlene's a
a
real ball buster.
magazine, but it's covered in brown paper. And I thought, what the heck is that? So
kid
open it,
ordered it.
house, open it. It's a fucking Playboy.
Yeah,
To
I love it.
addressed to me. You know what that
You
little
were
fucker
supposed to get to the mail before
That's
you.
what we're talking
you know
about.
what that little fucker did?
Resourceful.
You know how? Yes, he was. Little
He
shithead.
didn't get the notification on his phone.
Well, there were no cell phones back then, but no, he didn't have. We didn't have.
You
cell
didn't allow it.
phones. So that little fucker had taken one of those cards. You know how in magazines you get a card to subscribe.
yeah.
Well, he had filled that thing out and he put it in my gosh darn name.
Get it.
So funny.
I love it.
So I open this and I see it and I lay it on the
Entrepreneur.
counter and I'm standing there by the counter when he walks in from the school bus and I said, "Oh, I said I'm
Goddamn,
getting
Bill.
Playboy magazines in my name now, huh?" And he turned really red and he started hemming and hawing around and I said, "You better figure out a way to pay this because there's a bill with it." "Oh, okay, Mama." I was
He's like, do I still get to keep it though?
well,
That would be the smart move. I have to sell it. I was supposed to sell it to make the money for it.
I need to know what
No,
year that was.
caught him off guard with everything, man. I busted him so hard. It was funny.
Let me keep a page at least.
Right. I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Well, so what
Like,
happened was
isn't it a men's right or something like that? Like, isn't it
No.
coming
Never
to
heard of that.
manhood?
Jason, we
he's
don't have any
14
rights. God
years
damn it,
old.
shut up.
How is he going to pay for a
He gets
damn
it.
magazine? You know, this is
Well, yard work or something.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
you couldn't make online payments or anything back then.
Tell him he's got to burn it off some other way.
He was
Yeah,
making those
well-
payments under the blanket.
Well, so I kept getting bills. I kept getting these bills, right? And I ignored them until I got one telling me that they were going to report me to a credit reporting agency. And that's when I got mad. So I wrote them a letter and I said, I don't know how it is that
Larry
my
Flint was so pissed at you.
13, 14-year-old son can, through the mail, get pornographic magazines, but he can't walk down a mile to the local Circle K and buy them off the shelf. How is it that my son is having access to pornographic materials when he's under the age of 18, buying it in my name? Where's your screening process? I pulled out all the legal stuff because I have a background in, I'm a pre-law major. Man, I pulled out all of the stops. And you know what? That shit stopped right quick.
And you got to keep the magazine.
No, those magazines crash.
Oh.
Lifetime.
You could have kept the magazine.
So how old is your son now?
He is 37.
Oh shit!
poor
He's
guy.
not older than Waylon. He's not older than me. Damn it,
I was
son.
thinking he was older than Waylon.
Very unfortunate. He's born in '84. Come on,
Well,
girl.
I appreciate that, Kim.
'86, I think, actually. My math's bad. I'm sorry.
The green screen literally makes my beard look black, but there's so much gray that's so
I need a
funny.
know, I
green
see
screen.
the pictures
Son
you
of a
put out
bitch.
on Facebook. Mr.
Yeah, like you see the difference, and it's like, what does he color his beard during the show? Like, no, it's literally just what happens on the green screen. I'm actually wearing my Drizzle Dab token float shirt, and there's a new shirt design he showed me yesterday at Drizzle Dab at the store. I cannot wait. It's in June 29th, I think he said. But I'm hoping to get every person who is wanting to go to come down to Illinois. It's done for
What about
MS.
every person on the screen gets one of those shirts? Why don't we do that?
If you pay if you pay for the trip, you get a shirt. That's how it works, and that's why I got this shirt. I went on the last
be here
trip.
tonight.
Right. Everyone else like,
I'm sorry.
you did?
I'll mute myself.
They're like, how much did you pay? Fuck, how do I? But no, this year's going to be way better. It's going to be really fun. It's a kayak or float trip. So yeah, I'm just.
What do you think, Waylon? What's your age? What do you think the proper age is for a kid to get a cell phone?
So like it depends, you know.
And we found out it's 37.
Well, it's kind of weird, but also kind of a blessing. My son, him being, with autism, with his personal brand, because every kid is different with it, and he is coming along really nicely. He's reading and writing now, but he doesn't have the need or the desire for that type of thing. He doesn't care.
So
he's not. I don't think he's ever cared about a Facebook account.
So he actually uses the cell phone for a learning tool and videos.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't use it for videos or a learning tool.
If I there had been times in the past where I'd hand him my phone, and that's only if him and I would have a game that we would play. Like there was a Ninja Turtles game. Right now we have like a Looney Tunes game that would play.
So you play it together,
right? Like if we're sitting at the restaurant,
family time or something.
There's a lot of people that frown on that, keeping their kid busy with a cell phone. But if you're at a restaurant, especially with a kid that could have a meltdown and stuff like that, keeping them busy is very important. So like a lot of parents with their iPhones or iPads, with the kids. He doesn't have an iPad, but he does play the Nintendo Switch now, and that's his favorite thing. But I use it as a tool to get him to read and like make him read what's on the screen. He'll try to get me to tell him what this person.
That's a whole ass episode we could have right there. Is people's children in public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but honestly, I might be a little old school.
You never know about the kids.
My kids are not going to be yelling, screaming, regardless, whatever their affliction may be.
You never know, man. My kid.
I'm just saying, we will go somewhere else. I'm not going to fuck up your night out with my children.
Right. I'll threaten them like, here's what happens.
I go out somewhere
right?
and I'm like, ooh, boy.
Yeah,
you're so
lucky.
I love you, child. Because that kid next door.
I'll say something like, we're gonna leave if you don't stop, or we're about to leave.
I've done that.
Or something like
like keep screaming, we're leaving.
I'm gonna spank your butt in front of all these people if you don't stop. And then so what he does, the way he is, he then starts to pretty loudly, not on purpose, but like full voice
Call
going,
you out.
"You will not spank my butt in front of these people do not want to see me my butt spanked." And
Chris
he's not like,
Hansen is here.
yeah, no, but he's not
God
even he
damn
doesn't
it.
even know that angle. He's just literally like
He's
he
a
just- he
genius,
just-
and you don't know
he's
it. Son of a
like
bitch.
he is smart. Like, man, it's just crazy. Like he doesn't do that because he thinks it will stop me from doing it.
Did you hear what he
Does it.
said?
He repeats it,
Hello.
man. And he scripts. He does a lot of scripting, and so he thinks he knows what I'm going to say before I say it. I'm always trying to like change it up because he's like,
Tell him you're gonna spank your own ass next time. That's what
right.
he says.
Well, I'm gonna dig a little deeper then.
Sneaky.
Your daughter.
Daughter, yeah, but she was a little older, so that's a good question. And since she didn't live with me, I believe the first time she got a phone was not, anything to do with my decision.
Okay.
But the second she started relying on her friends' parents for things like that, there was one time where I bought her a phone, and I tried to use the leverage the only leverage I ever had on her was, if you're not going to respond to my messages, then I will, I can put a stop on this phone on
Right.
your signal. And so then, of course, her and her grandma worked around my back to get a different, phone line and all this and that. And it just so that I had zero anything as a parent, ever with her. Now she's getting married next month, or no, in May, I guess. 2 months.
Congratulations on that. Nice.
Yeah, I won't be there, so you're welcome. But I hope hopefully they have a great.
Yeah, your ass better
great
be
time.
there.
What do you mean? I'm
We
not even
could, we could do a wedding crash.
Invite yourself. I don't give a shit. I'll come.
We could
with
do
you.
a
We'll
wedding
make a
crash.
scene.
Just let me know.
I don't care,
Oh,
but
yeah, we could get
Seamus O'Toole.
hundreds and hundreds of
We're here
people.
to party.
I start paying everyone to show up. Or I
It's
tell
your
everyone
daughter's
no.
birthday.
Ashley.
I tell everyone free booze and free weed is going to be at this location.
It's
No,
your
I
daughter's
wouldn't-
birthday. You find a way to be there.
It's not her birthday; it's her wedding.
Yeah, it's her birthday. They look forward to this. I
Crack
promise
open
you.
another one.
What do you think,
They
Ashley?
look forward to this.
does,
So my kids have tablets and switches and all of that shit, but they have to
Okay.
earn it.
They have to earn it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
time
like they have to
limit.
get time, and if it's like summertime, I really don't let them use it.
Okay.
But
That's
like
what I'm saying.
winter, there's more downtime. Cold weather, obviously, and gloomy. So like,
And
yeah.
not to sound stupid, but how old are your kids?
So I have one that's 9, and then another one that's 7, and then 6 and 5. Basically back to back.
Damn, son.
I want to see. I didn't see this. Billy says, "My old man I used to throw them in our room and told us to grow up and be."
Right.
Hold on. Which
It
one's
was-
Billy?
it was
Is Billy
something-
the goatee, no goatee, or the lady? I don't know.
Oh, okay, touche. I think
Which
Billy. I
one?
want to say the Billy is the top right.
Goatee. Yeah, goatee.
Or maybe no. Maybe no. No, is Billy is the left? Kim knows Billy.
I don't know.
Kim, which one's Billy?
Billy Barton?
Yeah,
Yeah, which
shaved,
one?
not shaved, or the female?
Huh?
Well, the not shaved looks like a
You
fake
can't
beard.
question
That's like
these
a
days. I don't
then-
know. I'm asking.
Billy's the guy on the left in the green shirt with yellow letters.
I know
Okay.
it. Mossy Oak
Okay.
guy. Son of a bitch.
All right. And the moment everybody's been waiting for. Ryan, give it to us, buddy. How old?
Age?
Yep.
All right, all right, all right.
It's been weird. I got a spread, man. I got 18, 12, and 5. Okay.
Oh wow.
And the female, the 5-year-old, is the ringleader.
Okay.
You can't trust her. She
That's
pulls some shit
baby.
up on some YouTube sometimes that you're like, hey, this ain't kids YouTube.
I don't let them watch YouTube
What
at
are you
all.
talking about, Dad?
Yeah, no, it's a no on YouTube.
YouTube
But-
has been proven, even in the kids section, to allow kids not on purpose, but it ends up sending them like more and more deranged stuff.
Yeah.
Deranged stuff.
You guys been here for the last 2 hours and 4 minutes. You understand her father's probably not on the level most of the times either, but I do believe it starts at home. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Regardless of what they're exposed to.
Yeah.
100%.
Whatever you've seen, taken in. I've seen a lot of wild shit. Doesn't mean I'm going to go do it. Because you realize there's a human behind that. There's a purpose behind this.
When do you think that started?
Hunting, oh, fuck, man. I can't.
Cigarettes
tell
around
you.
kids.
I used to go. What are you talking about? Cigarettes?
Like it used to be no problem. Everyone was smoking cigarettes.
I used to
and
go
every- in
buy
the
cigarettes
household.
for my mom when I was 12 years old. All
Yeah.
you had to give them was a fucking little
A
paper.
little
That's what
note.
I'm saying. You
Right,
just
I'm just
knew.
saying.
Cigarettes and alcohol with a note.
That's funny.
A lot
I'm
of
just
these
saying-
kids, they're so used to touching the stove and it's not hot no more.
Yeah.
My kids, I might be an asshole, might be whatever. Anytime you touch that stove, it's gonna be hot. I don't care. You did something stupid, you should
got-
get burnt.
These kids have burns all over them.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, Dad. They're all in traction in their rooms. That's why they're so quiet. But,
They're always in
I
a
get
place
it.
they can't see publicly. It's always hidden up and hidden in
Yeah. No,
between the toes or whatever.
I've said this before, man. I love my kids more than anything. Do I expose them to more than maybe they should? Probably, but they get the other end of the story too. You know what I mean? This is not everyday life. This is not how it should happen. The golden rule in this house, and we're not like wildly religious, but that's how you should live your life. You don't shit on the next person. You know what I mean? In whatever case it may be. You know what I mean? Because I know we're talking pornography, we're talking violence, we're talking a lot of things. Anything that happens should be on level ground, regardless. You know
I
what
feel
mean?
like
So what do you think? What's the age? Got to give us a number.
Ooh, like a functional phone or just something to maybe fuck around on.
Yeah, that's what my kids have is just the tablets and phones, though. They probably
Tablets,
won't get to
yeah.
their like teens.
So I think we're kind of getting off into some realms, and I'm in that realm right now. So I'd say 3-4 years old.
on with a controlled
Something.
device, keep them.
It can not control.
As
They're
long
not
as it's
making phone
monitored.
calls. They're getting, they're getting their
Yep.
games here and there. They're getting their educational bullshit here and there. Getting a little Sesame Street, a little
Yep.
SpongeBob.
Okay.
They're writing
It's
email,
Always SpongeBob.
sending
It's always
faxes.
SpongeBob. The first time I seen Pantera on SpongeBob, I was in. My oldest
Krusty
kid,
Krab pizza.
we watched
That was my
SpongeBob
favorite.
forever, and I hated it. And then one of the
Krab
first
pizza.
episodes come on.
Pizza.
Sandy is going into hibernation,
Yeah.
and fucking, it's like tonight's featured musical guest Pantera, and it's flaming. I'm like, oh fucking, I'm in now. Are you kidding me? I've been listening.
I like
to
the
shit.
bubble bowl.
God, it's so good.
So has anybody ever heard of this phone?
Freedom phone. I've heard of it.
The
vote
Freedom
for it right now.
phone. You heard of this, Ryan?
No, I just said I'd vote for it.
So okay, this
Who's it
phone
made by?
is made by a kid. He was like 19 or 20, I believe. There's
That
Candace.
looks like. I was
supporting
about to
it.
say that looks like Candace.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Badass bitch.
Uncensored marketplace, preloaded apps. So these are the preloaded apps that you get instead of the preloaded apps that are on all the rest of our phones. Let's name them. You always get Facebook preloaded. You always get YouTube preloaded.
Hold on. What are these
Facebook-
ones preloaded? I see
The
this.
preloaded ones here. You got. I believe. I'm not sure. It says.
Yeah, buy
Oh,
now.
one is
fucking hit
Rumble.
it. Buy now.
I'm not hitting the buy now right now.
Come on
Thank
now.
you. These phones were in like backlog for a long time. The thing about it, Clear OS Mobile, okay, Freedom First operating system. So what it is they took out all of the tracking and malware that are within most of our, like pretty much all the rest of the phones. Now they still have to get chips made in, I believe, Thailand, which is something that came out about them. Like they admitted, there's only a few places in the world that you can buy chips. But
America's
they did everything they could, supposedly, if you believe.
So that flag should probably be Taiwanese.
Well, but everything
If we're being
else.
honest,
I mean,
if
come
we're being
on.
honest,
But it's an
I'm a
American
bitch.
that put all this together. Those chips aren't everything. You have to do all the rest of this.
Those chips are everything in that phone.
They got
would be
Newsmax,
shit.
they got
Might
OAN,
as well
and
be
they
a
got,
flip.
I don't know what that other one is there. Uncensored marketplace.
Oh yeah.
Our own
I want
app
this
store.
phone.
It's a different
I'm
app.
being an asshole. Can you zoom in? I want to see.
Well, can we
Come on,
watch
what do we got?
this video?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay, Instagram, I'm sorry I kind of look like a dirtbag today, but I'm super excited. It's a very, very big day.
I'm glad she's-
Okay, where do I even start? I guess I'll start from the beginning, which is that When
13.
Parler got taken out of the App Store, if you're like me, you're just so tired of everyone complaining about these hideous things that happen. Parler's taken out of the App Store. Trump gets taken off social media. Everyone's like, oh my God, big tech's a problem. Big tech is so bad. I'm going to hate big tech.
This is an old video, clearly.
Big tech. And nobody actually does anything, and Congress does nothing. And, you know, me, I'm suing the Facebook fact checkers. I take on every single fight. My husband, after January 6th, not before, after, we contacted the people that were running Parler and said, how can we help? And so
Parler is another big
Parler,
one.
like, where do people
Parler.
not
That was the one in the middle.
So I
I
put
didn't
out
know that was
basically
even
a
still a
call
thing.
to everyone, and I
Okay.
said we need to have a phone that is made that is not controlled by Apple or Google. And you know, I notoriously tweeted we need Elon Musk to make the e-phone. And a bunch of people
E-phone.
contacted me, my husband, and said we're making a phone, and it's not going to be controlled by Apple or Google. And I was
How old
like,
is this
hey, you talk a
video, I
big
wonder?
game, send us the phones. So some of them were absolutely terrible. Some of them were even worse than terrible. Finally, we got a phone, and I cannot be more excited about it. And I'm telling you today, you need to get this phone. I'm so on board with this. I said I want to be the biggest spokesperson for this phone. Just by the way, give me some credit. I have been on social media for
We'll ask for
4
credit.
years. You've been following me for 4 years. I have never, ever once, think about how big this is, pitched a product at you. Never, not once. I've never.
why not?
I have sponsors coming to me all
We
the time.
can't do
I don't
this
pitch
for
any
12
products.
more
I don't
minutes.
control
Yeah,
it by
no,
you
no.
get 10% off. You
I
go
hear
to
it.
freedomphone.com.
Whoops,
Here's the Freedom
Look at
phone.
this. It's an
Here's the
actual
Freedom phone.
smartphone. You're going, that
I'm
looks
not
like an
trading
Android.
in my
That's
Apple
because it
phone
is an
for this
Android.
Taiwanese
You're going, how is that
thing. I'm
possible?
just not
Hey, you know
Android.
what? Why not, instead of playing that, play this one? I didn't see it.
much better. Thank you.
My bad.
I'm fucking with you.
It's a more right
They
wing.
don't need to
You
sell
know?
it for conservatives. What's this?
Yeah, they shouldn't be going that route. I
They just
agree.
cut half their fucking
Yeah, just
demographic.
sell it as
Way to
a
go, guys.
home with no tracking and all the invasive apps that we normally get. As a Brave, I use the Brave browser myself. And it's just giving everyone another a different perspective, you know. A pretty good phone in general.
We don't know that. Don't you dare sell this thing.
I said it
We
looks
don't know
like
that. We haven't even made it
Looks
through this clip.
beautiful.
God damn it.
and
Smash
free. To all
Sorry, I
the
just had to
Apple-
throw that in there.
it. Very pretty fun. Very pretty fun. Already
Here's
smashed
Kyle.
it, though.
Appreciate you, bro. Come on up if you want for a smoke.
I gotta
we
head
did-
out, guys. I
Yeah, I
gotta
was
get
gonna
some
do
shit
this
ready.
spin. Smashley, if
Adios,
you
amigo.
like and share, we'll get you in on this spin real quick. We got
Okay.
giving out a crazy cookie thingy.
Oh, I did
um,
already like.
Well,
She already got you, Waylon. Come on now.
let me. Well, listen, I
Step ahead
can't
of
just assume that people do it.
Love your face, Ashley. Have a great night.
Thanks.
See you later, Smash. Thank you.
Happy
Peace
Friday.
out.
Son of a
Happy
bitch.
Friday.
Go check out Smashley's Garden, guys. Go follow her.
Should I wait to see if I win?
Why not? You should wait at least until to see if I make sure I put your name on because
Yeah.
Okay, I don't understand. It says it does everything your current phone does other than censor you. What the fuck? My phone don't censor me.
yeah, it does,
Because
man.
every time you talk about something and then you see it on a Facebook ad, that's them censoring you.
Oh, I got that shit turned on.
Listening to everything.
I got
Google
that turned on.
and Apple have a lot of like tracking stuff going on in
What
there.
do you guys think
Yeah.
about TikTok?
I think it's
Let
dumb
it
they're trying to get rid of it.
go. Let it go.
Yeah, we need to let it go for sure. We need to let TikTok go
Why do
on.
you guys think it's so bad?
Because-
TikTok.
For one, I'll give you just
You're
one
not
second.
even
Okay,
on
wait.
TikTok. What do
I
you
gotta
know about it?
eliminate the Chinese stuff because literally every app is probably Chinese owned.
No, that's no. That
That microphone
actually,
you're talking on probably came from China.
Yeah,
It probably
probably.
did.
Don't you start that.
It probably did, but it's about who owns the company. Now we have a lot of apps and companies
Chinese
in
people.
our country that do the similar things. Except, even though it's hard, we can still get some victories through legal means here. We can't get any We can't ever force anything legally other than this, forcing them to divest and to leave. They're trying to force TikTok or the parent company, ByteDance, to divest from TikTok. Is all they're
So
trying
they
to do.
can buy
They're not
out.
trying to get rid of it.
They
They're
wanna
saying, "Hey,
mix-
we don't want you to have this direct.
The same
You know,
shit you just showed the government's trying to do with Apple.
yeah, and there's
They
a lot of
want to
other
be the
problems.
one doing the fucking. They don't want nobody else doing the fucking.
Yeah.
But
Very
that
unfortunate.
might be true. But at the same time, our government, although however corrupt it might be at the moment,
They are
it
wildly
does
more
change.
corrupt than TikTok has ever been. I promise.
Yeah, but our government changes a lot faster and more often than China does, and they definitely have a different philosophy from their core than what we do. Whether or not we still go with the whole American values anymore,
The world we are
history.
currently facing has bigger issues than TikTok. I promise.
Well, I'm not going to disagree on that. I'm just
I
saying
feel like
that
they just want to get rid of it just because it spreads truth faster than their stupid media bullshit lies that they want to enforce more so than real life stories.
and I'm just saying why I don't use it as well. I think
Same
that
with Twitter. Boy, open Twitter up sometimes. There's some shit on there, man.
yeah,
It's like,
Twitter's
God.
cesspool, sure.
Waylon
I will
Gerald
not
said
call it
he
X. X is
shared. You got him on there?
I did not. I'll get you, brother.
You might want to go back through and look.
No, he was the only one I was actually wondering about. I didn't want to. I wasn't going to start calling people out individually. Hey, did you share and like? But I
Please
didn't.
don't-
I
please
didn't
don't
see
call me out
his. He was
individually.
literally the one that I had in mind.
I've been
If you
here.
believe that?
Can my guy Gemini Kyle,
Heather, I got you. Yep.
Can
yep,
he get
yep.
one? Put my guy on there. Shit.
Who?
The hammerhead guy who's gonna fucking blow a hammerhead tonight.
Gemini
I
Kyle.
missed that. Put him on there. Fuck it.
Yeah, I definitely do
Would be
want
good
to
for
get
him.
him.
No, I mean on the wheel, not here tonight. Just on the
I
wheel.
know it. I know what you mean. I just
I'm a
meant
dumbass. I was trying to scroll up to see the other names that you have. I'm like, this isn't even my fucking screen.
You're doing good, girl.
Love it, Smashley.
I thought you had a long day. Your ass just really high.
Yeah,
I was wondering.
kids will do that to you.
She's like, I'm
All right.
seeing tomorrow.
Okay. Billy, let me look. I don't know. Did you like and share, Billy?
Put Billy in there. We've talked about Billy. Fuck,
Billy.
just
Guys, I'm not
Yes.
just putting. This is the thing.
No,
I'm
no,
not just putting
no.
everybody that we see on. The whole point was to
Billy's
help
been
get
a
us-
commentator. We've had a good long talk
I
about
appreciate
Bill.
Billy. I like his humor and everything. I love Billy, but I don't
Put
like
his child on here and his wife because they're all in the picture. Love it. Yes,
Oh, Billy. It makes
Billy
me think
Bart.
of Billy Madison every time.
Yes. No milk will ever be our milk, Billy. Spin it.
Actually, let me do a few of these.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Well, because there's some people that get extra spots on the wheel if they go over to our Rumble or X spots. Places where the algorithm actually lets us grow a little bit. Tell you what, on Facebook, I actually started losing followers on my profile, and I don't really do anything there. It's like, what is it? What's going on? It's like it was for no reason.
There's a lot of people that are starting to leave groups because they're not active in them and stuff like that, or they're cutting back on their social media. I've seen a number of posts like that out.
Huh. Well, I actually had just as an aside, I had a picture that I had with my Keeping It Organic shirt that I took next to my basil, and I posted that in this group called the Garden Cartel. Shouts out to Garden Cartel. They don't let me do my post my live streams in there, but I put this picture in there, and it's got over 200 likes right now. It caught fire, and I'm like, wow, these are good people over here. But that because of that, I was able to invite every person that liked me, liked the picture, to like follow me, and so I was able to start going in the right direction again. But it was weird. Anyway, good luck, everybody. Sorry.
I'm picking nobody. Nobody's winning this goddamn thing.
Yeah, and I hope
Very
nobody
unfortunate.
wins,
I
because
don't know nobody.
if nobody wins, then nobody's gonna have to give me
Gemini
their
Kyle
address.
wins. That's who wins.
I'll have to get nobody's address, and then I'll have to know.
Go send it to
I'm starting to
nobody.
think these wheels are rigged.
I'll have to
They're
know.
rigged.
The wheel's
I've seen
better
it.
than the hashtag in the
I've seen them live in
StreamYard.
concert. I think they're rigged. Oh, son of a bitch.
I'm gonna
Elon.
say Brendra or
No,
Timothy.
no,
Timothy's got
definitely
two
not.
of them in a row.
Way past
Gerald-
Billy, my
yeah,
motherfucker,
Gerald.
Billy. Damn it, Timmy.
No, Susan.
No, you can't have
Sandy.
him. He can't
Sandy.
win.
Susan.
Gerald.
This is going for the game night. This is game
Son of
night
a
event here,
bitch.
guys.
Susan, are you serious? Where have you been?
I guess I didn't say what
I don't
the
even know if I know you,
first one's
Susan.
game night, and then we're doing the.
Or
Oh,
Sandy.
Why does this thing keep creeping? What kind of weird
Hey,
thing
it
is
is
here?
Sandy.
A first
Son of a
time,
bitch.
a first time viewer, first time wheel member, I
Congratulations,
guess.
Sandy.
Congratulations, Sandy. Are you here, Sandy?
Congratulations.
No one.
Billy's
Please-
pissed. That wheel
please, no
stopped
tagging,
about 7
no
names
tagging.
back.
Do not tag, please. But if you are a member of my locals community, you can get the hash and dash immunity.
Hash and dash. Hash brown.
So I'm gonna maybe put up a. We'll play the cool video that Ryan made for us,
Don't
and
do
if she
that.
does, if I don't see a comment from her by that time, I can come back. Then we'll have to respin it. Oh, yeah, I love it.
She's here.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw her. She's
Hey, girl.
She's
what?
here.
girl.
How you doing?
Sandy. We got Sandy, mom and daughter team duo in the audience. All right, I'm gonna put
Don't you dare.
Sandy gets to play in game night.
Have you seen
without-
Waylon's local?
Whoa.
Hot yoga. Shit's
Shoot,
getting
I'll-
warm outside, son.
shoot,
We're waiting
I'll,
for you to get back out there in the
Actually,
driveway.
man, my arms actually feel like
Your
they're gonna
arm is
fall
fucking
off.
fine. Your arm is fine.
I can't do push-ups, man. It's
Cut
really
the
not
goddamn
fun.
thing off then.
Good.
Be done with the arm.
Kind of feels like it might feel better. I'm
Speaking
not.
of
He's a
arm
one-arm
falling off,
man.
I gotta get out of here, guys. So
Adios,
Yeah,
amigo.
same
have
here.
a great night, everybody. Love all you guys. Awesome
right.
fucking show tonight, guys. So
Have a good night.
appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Peace
Sandy,
out.
I'm going to put you down on game night, but I will encourage you to come by that night, but you don't have to since it's a different day. I guess, well, you might need to since you're not a locals member, but we'll talk about it. I can send you a message if you like, but basically we do game night on Sunday nights, 5:30 Central Time, and that is for my subscribers. But then we started doing a giveaway on Thursdays for people to get an extra spot or to get to play if they had never played before. So you get to check it out, win some prizes and such without being a member. Oh wait, let me write this down here.
Hey, there's your spaceship.
Oh no, I'm just in space. I'm not in a spaceship.
No. You were in the white earlier, buddy. You were lost for a minute.
I like
We
the
got another one?
backgrounds. Yeah, this is for the cookie, the double cookie from Miss Margaret. Good night. Good night, Heather.
Charlene.
See ya.
Charlene's winning this one.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Oh, yeah. My money's in.
All right, guys, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't yet. Before I do this spin, let's really get it going. Hashtag PITB in the comments. Let's hype it up for this last spin. Thank you, Margaret, for the donation. Margaret is one of my Rumble and X and Facebook. She jumps on all three of them and helps us out. So I appreciate that a lot. And she wants to do giveaways sometimes. So I really appreciate that. You guys make sure you, Alan, you're back. You won, man. And you didn't know. I'm just kidding. You are a locals member anyway. So you got hash and dash immunity. My new Sunday night thing, Paul. Yes, that's awesome, man. I love to hear that. I try to make it entertaining. You know what I mean? David, what's up, David? If you would like to get on the wheel, brother, just share and like the video. Make sure you're following the page, and if you just tell me, we use the honor system. So if you tell me you share and like the video, I'll put you on the wheel before we do this last spin. Margaret's still here. Yeah, 2 chocolate chip cookie sandwich with some cream cheese frosting. I want that right now. I'm just going to give David just a minute doing it now. Okay. All right. Paul, I got you, brother. I'll tell you what, though, guys, if anybody has Rumble, and if you don't, it's free. It's like YouTube, except better. That would get you on the wheel more. And also, if you go over to X and you comment, hit that like button on X. If you use X, it used to be called Twitter. If you need to be told that, then you probably don't use X. Pub Time Podcast uses X. All done. I got you on there, bro. All right, let's go. Shuffle a couple times, and here we go. Congrats, or shouts out to Margaret Jet for this giveaway. Always love to see the locals community stepping up. I want to boost all of you guys. I want a whole bunch of my locals community to start their own things and bring up their own, products or groups or whatever it is. And I want to promote everybody within there as well. That's why if you are a paid local subscriber for $2 a month or for $20 for a whole year, which gives you makes it $1.60 a month. If you're a paid member, you can advertise.
Oh, God damn it, Trent.
In the locals community, you can advertise your business or your group or whatever.
Hope Trent paid for some of that cell phone bill.
Hey, Trent. Woo.
Oh, bitch.
Trent, all good. Trent is a locals member, and he doesn't need to be here, but I think he is. Congrats, Trent. Awesome. Oh, got a frog in my throat. Well, guys, I think that is going to be about it for me. What do you all think? I think we've hit everything I wanted to hit. The Freedom Phone is definitely interesting. I know it sounded a little bit politically charged, but it definitely is an interesting take on phones since we have such a monopoly, between the iPhone and the Google and the. They do have a lot of malware and stuff. Just having YouTube and Facebook on your phone, they listen to you all the time and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of cool. I like the Freedom Phone, but the last time I looked at it was probably years ago, but there was a huge backlog of them or whatever. So you couldn't really just get one if you wanted it. But yeah, let's get that outro up here. But yeah. Thanks again, Ryan and Kim and everybody else that came up on screen. Come and see us on Sunday, game night. Ryan, I'm not sure what's going on this Sunday, but if you're available, brother, I'd love to have you come back and we can do another game night. Maybe we can get a few other people up on screen to be team captains this time. Guys, let me know if you want to play on screen as a captain before Sunday, hopefully. I know a few of my regulars that will definitely always want to, but I'm trying to get some more people, joints. Yeah, the magic joints and the market coins and stuff. Oh yeah, I need to work on that. Crap, I forgot.
I'll make a spreadsheet.
I gotta not just that, but I gotta build a new shop for this week. So we're gonna build a new shop. I need to do real quick. And of course you guys can leave if you'd like, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to do a quick spin to see what shop I use or I make next. I'm going to use current game night sponsors. I got Grow Fam up here from Wednesday. I like to have me up there.
What do you have against Grow Fam?
I mean, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Spill the tea.
Last night though, I did have a spammer come in the chat. It was great. Not a spammer, but like, it was kind of spam. They came in. It was like, my kid hasn't ate since yesterday. Here's my Cash App. It was like,
did you throw them any microgreens?
This is your plan?
Green in their mouth or what?
Is this your plan?
Did you? Son of a bitch.
No.
You should put some
didn't go
green
for
in
it.
their mouth.
I didn't go for it. All right, we got.
I will tell you, my greens. Did I send you that picture? I got some hot greens. I got some mild greens, and they're fucking going crazy just sitting in the window.
You did you did send me a picture.
Weather has not been great yet.
Okay.
I took them outside one day, and they were kind of like, "Oh, motherfucker, it's not ready." So I put them back inside, going crazy. Like, I gave them a little dash, a little poo poo the other day. Not no foop. I can't get no foop. I don't even know where you get the foop.
You pooped in there? Foop.
No.
Oh, you can get foop. I can tell you guys a discount you can get.
Foop.
You can go to growfam.com if you want to get. I think there's a link to get foop there, but you can also go to. I think it's foop.com. Is it foop.com, Kim? Do you know?
Yeah.
You had spray foop the other day. I didn't have no foop.
Yeah, the mist. Spray mist.
Regular Miracle Grow. But I put a little poop on and they started doing their thing. It's crazy.
All right, I'm going to spin. This is all of our current game night sponsors, and I'm going to see which one I make next.
My money's on the Cowboy Country Weeds.
Country Boy Weeds is going to be awesome. That's going to be I'm going to make that like a swamp. Leslie, I'm going to make that a swamp.
That's what's good.
Heather knew him, Charlene. Oh, that's right.
It's coming.
I think she said something about it, but I wasn't 100% sure. That's
Is this going to do that same shit where it just drags out forever? Because Country
Good night,
Boy
Charlene.
should be the winner.
Are you going? Oh, goodbye, everyone. Billy says boobs. Okay. Not sure who all's going. Good night, but I hope everyone having a great
Drizzle
night.
Dab.
What's up,
Drizzle Dab. It's gonna go forever.
I like Drizzle Dab. Oh wow,
it might actually be Country Boy. No,
it's gonna be Leaf Cycle or North Adams Hemp, which is our newest sponsor, and I've actually been to his farm.
Son of a bitch! It is. This is rigged. You knew it. You knew what was happening. What's he got there? What North Adams are we talking about? Like in Peoria?
In Quincy.
Oh shit.
Our newest sponsor, and that's the shouts out to Cole. Him and Matt Anderson, Andy Cantrell, all played on game night with Philip from Soil Focus Farms, and now Gem City Lids. So a bunch of guys from Quincy all played against each other.
Quincy now.
Well, just for this one.
How do you do it? How many different stops do you have on a map? Tell me, because I got a good idea. Just tell me. Give me a number.
No, it's better to show you.
How many stops? Well, just tell me. I'm good with numbers. 32 stops, 16 stops, 24.
5 stops.
5 big stops. Oof.
5 different. Here we go. There it is.
Right, but it's got to be.
So that's just one dimension or one world, you might say. So you have the one map or the one market in the middle, and then you have 4 different sponsors around it. So each one's going to have 4 sponsors.
Well, I'm just telling you, the only thing I tie Quincy to, and this is me and my experiences, is the Quincy High School Wrestling Invitational. And there's 32 teams. That's a legit tournament in high school.
That's too many for this screen.
3 days. No, we're trying to talk our way through this. Wrestling tie. Waylon. This is
there a pigtail match?
Pigtails are out. Fuck them. You lose, you're gone.
That's like Canton throwing in the pigtail. Sweet, I'm smoking finger hash you just harvested. Wow, Billy, that sounds good. Dabbing some bubble gum, live rosin, so dang good. Okay. All right, guys, you all have a fun time with your dabs. I think I'm done myself. We're going to get going. Ryan, thanks again, bro. Thanks, Kim, if you're still there. At Shenanigator. Have a good night, Kim.
Adios, Kim.
Everybody,
Yeah.
Legit Being Reviewed Remastered, and check out Pub Time Podcast, guys, on all podcast platforms. Peace out.
It's not as good as advertised.
Good night, guys.
Better than that like button, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't yet already. For every person on the planet has to eat, we need other people. We need each other. No matter how much I disagree with Kim, I mean, everyone, we all need each other. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.